And good time zone, Silver Gauntlets. Welcome to another restream for Challenge Cup Season 6. Here with us today we're going to be restreaming the kr3z versus Majarkin here in round 1. With me here on comms, we've got Engel, Star, and Velvet. So I'm going to pass this off and take it away.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Silver Gauntlets. Got ourselves a really good race here between our two runners, Majarkin and kr3z. I'm Star, how are you two doing?
I'm doing great today. How about you, Velvet?
A little bit tired, but pretty good overall, yes. I'm loving the new layout of the Silver Gauntlets. I haven't been here for a couple of days.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Got ourselves a pretty good matchup here. kr3z was 107th in qualifiers, Majarkin 68th. However, looking at their stats, they're pretty close. They're both quite experienced runners and very close in terms of the head-to-head here. 10-1-11 it seems, so don't tend to see that tie number too often, but it'll be a good race here between these two. As for all that he is nominally the lower seed, also has the better best time.
Well, best time doesn't necessarily mean the best skill level. Any of the two runners today can win this one.
Yep. We've had some interesting results throughout Season 6 with qualifiers, top 64, and in Challenge Cups, so this should be a good race to watch. We'll see how it goes. And we should be going here pretty soon. Oh, I'm thinking about, let's go give our runners a follow. kr3z and Majarkin. Oh, that's malfunctioning. Never mind. You can see their Twitch links on the
The commands are not functioning right now. Give us a minute.
Forgot that. Yeah, you can see the Twitches on the stream there. We also have myself, Engel, and Velvet. And I will also thank you so much to Vaisal and Viva, our team trackers, and to Dostar, our restreamer. As we step over here,
There we
Zeal, Watermed Star is adult.
Yeah, it looks like we have adults start with Lullaby, so I'd say get ready for some Kakariko Graveyard here.
Probably that's your pretty typical opener, and I'd be surprised to see much of anything else.
Well, it depends where we spawn, really. I mean, if we spawn in Valley, maybe not.
Adult spawns vanilla in S6.
I forgot about that, my bad.
Question from chat, how do you tell adult versus child? There's a little Master Sword symbol in the inventory. If it's lit up, you're adult.
Yep. Let's see, Cactus Path to Baronade, 1500 HP is dead. OoT is Prelude, and I didn't catch the fourth hint. I'm not sure what talking about.
Goron Potstead.
Goron Potstead.
So nothing too crazy to start with there. We know it's not all dungeons, at least not for the song.
No.
And yeah, we have a doggo cam. Special surprise today.
Yep.
Whoa. I don't think that's very fair now. 2 adorable puppers helping Majarkin here? Seems like an unfair advantage.
I feel like we're going to be very distracted watching the doggos.
Unfortunately, we do not have pub time on the CSG, otherwise this would be the perfect time to get pub time going.
Alright, so Cac's Path to Baronade. Let's see if we can get anything interesting early here from that.
As we noted, we have don't think we mentioned it yet, but our daily layout's an interesting one. Water, Deku, Shabu, Shadow, and Fire. DC and Forest being stones is always kind of meh, because you're gonna get items for them anyway. Spirit being a stone, okay, I guess. Big chest here, is that a strength on 30 skulls, or is that 50? I couldn't quite catch. As a bomb bag in the back of Cac might well be path.
Yeah, that was 30.
That's not great for runners. Probably gonna want to grab that, even though, you know, Spirit's a stone, so you might only need 1 strength in this seed.
You might, but
Heck,
you
you
never
might
know
actually...
where the other two are.
I mean, honestly, Forest is also a stone, so you might not even need any.
True. Practically, at least. Logically, the seed probably
Logic,
wants you to
yeah.
have one, but practically, probably not. I mean, the other thing, too, is we don't know 40 or 50, and 30's not too bad. At least get the skulls that are on your way, I think, just in case, because you really don't want to farm 30 skulls at the last minute for a strength upgrade, because, oops, I'm out of things to do besides Spirit Temple. Because it's in it, because Random has done that before, so get Bolero in the windmill. Also could be Path. Those shoes aren't. They're nice to have. Okay, well, that's useful. What are Kokiri Sword and Anju?
Easy medallion already.
Yep.
Well, that certainly questions what our next paths are going to be. We're going to have a double path or something?
We might. CAC has been a good amount of stuff, as per the usual. Wouldn't be surprised to see a double path for that.
Yeah, with only 5 medallions needed, likely that Deku would get its own path for that sword, which would then, mean the Baronade path is the bomb bag or something else potentially. So a little bit to keep in mind if we do see a Deku path come up or not, but it's more likely that sword isn't what it wants for Baronade.
Mm-hmm. Could all be Bolero or Stat Bomb Bag.
Yeah.
Bolero paths are rarer, but they do have. There gets to be some interesting logic because there's relatively few things that Bolero can block.
Yeah, you never know. It could lock, Song of Storms, which locks your hook shot or something. So it's not out of the question.
Or we have to go super deep into fire after a super early boss key just to be annoying,
Well, the thing with Bolero is that it only really locks two things. One being access to the bridge in Death Mountain Crater, which in this case would be that it locks both hookshots and the hover boots because our bomb bag is already available, so we don't have Bolero path just to get into the crater period because it blocks all ways of blowing up Link the Goron because I have seen that before. Or that Bolero hard locks hover boots behind the crater of Heart Piece on the volcano. Otherwise, Bolero is not going to be path in these settings. The Bolero locks every single method of blowing up Link the Goron scene was pretty silly. As you see, a scale in the Graveyard Crate is not logical beam access today, apparently, unless Longshot shows up. That's kind of funny.
It's a little unfortunate the scales there in the crate because it's kind of an item you'd like to have early on for, ease of routing, and yeah, it's not an easy spot to grab that from unless we get an early rang. It's also interesting. Both runners did the Composer Grave first, got the song. I don't know if maybe they're thinking about routing out back towards river or something, rather than just save quitting or boleroing at the end.
Oh, yeah, you mean like hoping for Song of Time, yeah?
Possible.
Could have been, yeah. Just...
I'm patrolling them both a bit, but they did get in sub 1 minute, and we got a big chest here with... Okay,
we don't know what that is yet. We don't know what that is. We don't want to lose it.
Nope.
So I think if there was, if these runners were maybe thinking run out of here to DC or to river or something after this, that definitely pushes you further, not knowing what that item could get you, and you don't want it to reset and have to do the whole trade quest.
Honestly, with bombs already, it might not be a terrible idea to just go turn it in while you climb DMT. They can go do that.
Yeah,
It's not
I
the
think
fastest trip in the world, but it is doable with their items right now. Only a 5-pack and choosing the windmill. Yuck. Good thing they have a bomb bag.
And so the question, you can warp with the eye drops. You can warp with the first one you get. You can't warp once you talk to someone and get the next item in the sequence, if it's not the claim check.
Yep.
So if we started with like the eyeball frog, we could warp around with that. But then if we talk to the lab guy and got the eye drops, you can't warp. You'll get the timer.
Save warping will reset it though immediately back to prescription in this case, so that's why they don't want to do so just yet. It's also possible they might just find the Goron hint here somewhere on DMT Goron City as well.
Yeah, the amount of times I've had the Goron hint be just after the Goron is unbelievable. You can peek from there?
Yep, and it's a small chest.
Yeah.
Interesting, Majarkin gonna, looks like, do dongos here, even though it is a stone.
Early checks, fully in logic, bomb bag might be path. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'd just be tempted to do more what kr3z is doing, go up towards Goron City Trail, get rid of that eye drops, maybe go back to Deku.
What was that hidden DC? I didn't catch it.
Nocturne
Rabbit.
check his minuet.
Yeah.
Too interesting there. And paperweight. Thanks, game.
kr3z showing us a nice peek here in Goron City Maze. Looks like all smalls back there.
So yeah, nothing really back there.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe, you know, with the bomb bag early, you would have just went back for the hint, but saves a little time by not doing it.
Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite. I have no idea what that is on the volcano. It's not a heart piece or a rupee. That much I can tell, but I can't tell what it actually is among the various dark items in the game.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Majarkin gives us a better view of it.
Or if anyone in chat wants to go take a look at the VOD to figure out what that is, would be appreciated. I have no idea what that is. And it's pretty much invisible. Just enough time here to get to the grotto, reset the timer, check out the item, and get another hint. Small chest. And 40 is that. And just a singular lonely stick on Vigoron. Thanks. Can't even bother to give us a stick upgrade. Lovely.
I don't know, it looks like Majarkin didn't get the eyes to blow up while he was up there. He has that one
Chat
chew.
just said there might be a hookshot on the volcano.
Gerudo Training Grounds for Volvagia hint there.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not great for Majarkin having to run back up to finish Dodongos.
Mm-hmm. Always feels bad to lose a couple minutes here reclimbing. And can you check, confirm, or what was on the volcano? Belnox saying it's a hookshot, which would be interesting as we get another singular stick off the DMC wall, sorry. Because this player might well be path, and that's one of the items that could be path 4. Let's get a copy of GTG Path Evolve. Currently no access there, no opponents, no long shot. And Bill out confirming that's a hookshot on the volcano. Yikes.
Well, so about the Bolero path possibility.
Certainly increases the odds of it, given that hookshot is one of the things to consider with Bolero possible paths.
Yeah, the problem though is it still doesn't really give you a ton of direction for the path since it's path to Jabu, right? Hookshot, bomb bag is like, half the game.
Mm-hmm. Big chest here as we get a hint that 1500 HPA is still dead. Not helpful. That slingshot is a little more useful, also could end up being that'll be nice for Child Lost Woods later. Something to think about with our Deku paths later at some point too. DC has been a bust for Majarkin on the other side.
First try, Mido skip.
Nice. Alright, are the scrubs anything, or are they a scam? Or this scrub specifically, not these scrubs. It's not scrubs anymore, right? Nope. That's a dreadful return on investment.
Horrible scam.
Not the worst I've seen, but that's not a good one.
Yeah, you could just get a single stick.
That is true. Got 3 more hints and a song coming up here in SFM. We'll see what they are for Krez as King Dodongo goes down from Jarkin. King Zora is dead. That is a bomb block bomb bag, thanks. Hammer Chest is a small key, and DC was a bust today.
Yeah, that's it's not good for Majarkin there to waste a lot of time in DC and get nothing out of it. So if Krez can dodge that dungeon, it's It's a big advantage now.
Yeah. Anyway, Requiem on Minuet, very out of logic, is also really, really out of logic access to GTG, as we see Boomerang Chest is dead. That is a good hit to have.
I'm curious where kr3z will go from here. I would have kind of expected to just use our warps, get our last songs, and maybe go child towards Deku, and I guess, getting a bean for that hook shot. But
kr3z maybe heading to
no, I guess he didn't.
Adult?
Oh, he didn't check Midos, I guess. He just went straight to
Yeah.
the song.
OoT is still Prelude. We don't need that hint again, thanks. And Michael's giving us one big chest today with a bottle. I think 30 skulls might be in logic now, or it's close at least with a bomb bag and bottle.
I mean, if we can get that hook shot right, then we're definitely in logic for it.
By the time we have that hook shot, we'll definitely have access to 30 skulls. Thing is, we don't have access to that hook shot.
I mean, we do have access to it, right? We have Bolero and bombs.
Oh wait, no, we didn't now. Never mind, I'm scatterbraining. Right. Well, let's see. Zora's
Okay.
domain is path to Bongo. That's a good hint from Majarkin.
Yeah, that's one kr3z didn't get, so...
And, what? That's a heart piece on the Colossus Arch. Nice and easy to ID in the dark. And Saria's song on Requiem is a really interesting spot given where Requiem was.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are we logically doing any of this? We need to cross the desert to get Saria's to get Requiem?
It's possible, I mean, because Minuet's on Burning Cack, that's behind Deku, which is already beatable in logic, and Water Temple, which is definitely not beatable right about now.
But so it puts, Forest kind of late into logic and possibly most of Spirit late into logic, so that's interesting to think about too.
Nice wallet on the Colossus Fairy, I guess, why not? Metagoron hint from Majarkin telling us Frogs 2 is dead, always good to know. And Sunsong in the crater.
Yeah, the game's been pretty nice so far with our songs. Some decent warps and suns for utility. Still looking for that Nocturne, though, for our Medallion Shadow.
Yeah, it's a decent chance of being on Saria. There's a good chance of being on Saria's Song and Child. Perhaps the ranch, I think, will be likely for that. I don't even know if Majarkin saw the hookshot on his screen, but he certainly looked, because that was a bit of an odd angle for it. And I hope he saw it correctly, at least. Is GTG path to Volvikin for Majarkin. One thing to think about for that domain path to Bongo that Majarkin saw that kr3z skipped is that domain's probably not top of the priority list to go to until we get Boomerang and Letter because we've gotten a hint that Rangtest is dead, as that is an unfortunate death for Majarkin there. But Main's not top of
Yeah.
kr3z's priority list, and if that blocks
Well,
things as we get strength upgrade off child shooting, now that's an interesting find. Hello.
that's a nice one to get when you have that 31 looming, but yeah, that's a very unfortunate death for Majarkin because he didn't do the Begoron check, so now he's prescription. We know it's
Yeah.
dead, but for him, it's like, oh no.
No, well, speaking of the Goron, there's the. So, Majarkin will likely find that not a huge deal, but definitely a bit of worry there from his end that, oh great, hopefully that doesn't come back to bite.
I mean, it's just things you don't want in the middle of a race, right? To be like, oh crap, I just completely botched this check and the fairy next to it that I'm not getting. If they're anything like, uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't want that like stress in the middle of a race, right?
No, you do not. Hero Castle Fairy just giving us a bloopy.
kr3z going for the second Hyrule Castle hint. Both runners really emphasizing the hint stones here.
Yep. They really want the 50 hit. They're missing a couple paths each. Not a terrible idea, I think, as we get Pierre as a key too. Great, thanks. There were 7 sometimes hints about Fire Temple. Lovely. And no, we're not getting to Fire Temple too soon in logic, apparently, with GGG Path to Volve, Requiem behind forest access, basically. Which is all sorts of complicated, and then no sign of Potism, of course.
And it's also a Requiem that Majarkin didn't pick up on Adult SFM, so it's like another option kr3z has to maybe do Child Spirit that Majarkin can't right now.
No. Does have a slingshot for that as well. Nothing on Richard today. Well, we will get to see Bombchu Bowling here, so gonna pretty much clear out Market all in one go besides the lens minigame. Pay $60, get the chance to win 2 blue. No thank you. Another thing unfortunate too with the scale being on the graveyard crate is that if it had been accessible, they could it could have been a valid routing choice to play Serenade. Dive through the lake to domain, do those checks downriver, and then into Lost Woods would have been an option, but nope. Scale is behind river access, as we see. Colossus' right hand is a small key. If we ever need to go to Adult Spirit, it's logically long shot locked. Yay.
These sometimes hints aren't really doing us any favors, just giving us random key info in dungeons.
Pretty much. No. Oh wait, no, that's me losing track of my sense of direction. Ranch here for kr3z. Jarkin getting the in-game dog. As we see that one of his actual dogs is looking out the window, it seems.
Yeah, Freya very unconcerned with the race at the moment, but it's still early.
It is. Majarkin fighting the pair of bloopies at bowling. There's chickens down for kr3z. Well, Talon's chickens at least. We don't know about Anju's. And another bloopy. Yay. We've gotten a good bit of info on several items so far. Some 28 minutes in, but not a lot in the way of immediate progression currently.
I mean, we can go beat Deku, we can go get a bean in the river, go check out our domain path. It's not too bad right now.
I suppose as it gets storms, which is a nice and easy find to get here on nice early find on Malin. That will be the Wellful clearable. Storm CL and bombs, which is always nice for an early check. And here, just a recovery heart. I was going to play Sunsong and get one of the Night Skulls here, I think.
Yeah, probably thinking about, strength 2 with that GTG way of the hero. You might, worry if the strength block back there locks your hammer.
Oh yeah, I'd honestly forgotten that the GTG strength path has some interesting implications at Skull 6 for kr3z. For that 30 skulls, because we don't need the strength for any of our... We don't hard record the strength for any of our medallion dungeons, probably. Really only, not directly, unless water is locking Song of Time and Dragon Chest has the boss key. Would be like the one thing that would be a hard strength lock right now in one of the dungeons. Otherwise, yeah, not really much. Child spawn on the roof of Infest House there in Kak. Lovely. And where is kr3z going now?
Looks like we go in the river maybe to get a bean and then put it back for the scale. So I guess this decision here could be kind of big if kr3z only grabs the beans and leaves river, or goes through it all and goes to domain here.
Because Majarkin's the one with the domain path. kr3z does not have that hint, and might want to do other things such as the well or Kokiri, any number of choices here, but looks like they're at least gonna grab the chicken. Good.
Hey, Feyreor's win. That's a nice little thing to pick up here.
Yep. Always good to get early. No magic to use it yet, but better to at least have the option whenever we do finally find magic.
That's actually like extra useful, I would say, in this seed. If you get that magic, you can kind of go out to GTG, before you have the 30 skulls and check. See, like, do I even need that strength 2, maybe? And if you do, you just set the Feyreors down.
Magic could be the path and domain for Bongo, too.
Could be, could even be like a letter in domain, right? If Nocturne's out in ice.
That would be a pretty funny troll.
Majarkin up to 11 skulls, so we'll probably get us our first check at 10. And there's your Kakarika to Goma.
Game confirming our Kokiri sword is the path, and that we do not have. Still don't know what exactly is path to Baronade. It could still be Blaireau, it could be that bomb bag, it could be something else we haven't seen yet. It is not the strength upgrade, though, because that's already been hinted. Speaking of hints, 50 is done, so that's the other thing, too, this strength upgrade is. If 50 had, I don't know, the hover boots or something, then 30 isn't as bad because you get it on the way, but since 40 and 50 are both dead, do you want to really go hard on the skulls? Because you're not getting the skulls for anything else besides maybe 20, though we at least aren't getting us up 20 sometimes.
Yeah, it feels like a tough choice in this seed. You kind of want to keep getting the skulls, in part for the Baronade path, right? Maybe 20 has your boomerang or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it also, like, to me, it would make me want to go to GTG sooner to try and confirm everything besides that strength block room.
Yeah, it's a tough
maybe,
choice.
yeah, maybe you could get away without getting the second strength in this seed at all. And yeah, kr3z didn't get into domain there.
Nope.
That could be a big deal here. Well, there's the letter on 10.
Well, that's path. Never mind anything else. Okay.
Yeah, so about getting, skulls or something for possibly a different marinade path. There it is. Letter on 10.
Yep. Now, I guess that
And
is one good thing about that third mechanic is they did push them both towards skulls earlier than perhaps they would normally do, resulting in that feather.
yeah, but so now Majarkin is just going to go up river, do what kr3z just did, but actually go into domain and see what our bongo path is.
Go up river, go into domain, turn on that letters, see what's there, and also we'll have ice access as an option as adult too.
Yeah, I'm guessing kr3z will get to 10 skulls after Deku here and, maybe Lost Woods cleanup, but, that's just kind of an awkward run back up the river then to turn it in.
And did you catch the first Deku hint? Because I managed to miss it.
Our skull mask is dead.
Alright then, I think that's all of our hints except for our final path, which is going to be a path to Morpha. And 40 is still dead, okay.
We have our first look at a Medallion Dungeon Deku tree here.
With an immediate big chest, giving us our second bottle of...
Third bottle.
Second regular bottle of a
Yeah.
seed. Rest of Deku so far, not too much of anything, just a bunch of small chests. See what's in domain for Majarkin here. Well, after he gets up on the platform, that is. Get off there. And more nothing in Deku. Dungeon so far, not paying off. Deku giving us a bottle, DC giving us a Bob Lock Bob back, and that's been about it so far. I was missing the jump to that skull token.
Yeah, Krez only up to 8 skulls there, gonna be 9. Majarkin a few ahead in that count.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if the domain path ends up being a magic, this could be even better with having that letter. You just put Fairhors right down in Jabu.
That'd be extremely convenient. Because getting back to Jabu can be a bit of a pain. Especially when you don't have a scale or serenade, in this case no scale, we know where one is, but it's a bit out of the way to go pick up. And our domain hint is that Skull Mask is still dead.
Issue after issue after issue on my side. Sorry. You guys can hear me now, yes?
Hello, we can't hear you.
Yes. Couple of IRL issues and then a mic issue and it's just yeah, velvet luck.
No worries, nice to have you back. Thoughts on the scene so far?
Yeah, I've been watching it, but I haven't been able to say anything. Doggos, no doggos. Damn it.
Mirror Shield is really not something you want to see there on Goma. Okay, game. As that is a big chest for Majarkin.
Do we know where Rang is yet at all?
Boop.
Game.
Iron Boots?
Well, I guess Temple of Time could have Nocturne.
It would make sense.
Wait, do we have a Morphopath yet? I must have missed that.
Nope, we have not seen a Morphopath.
Ah, damn it. In that case,
We
let's go
know that
with-
King Zora is dead, so it has to be either those Iron Boots or whatever's on Zora diving, so it'll be pretty clear pretty quick here. That
Well, it's
why
not
is
that. We have a
it's
wallet.
not that.
Majarkin doesn't know
well,
that, but
no, Engel. Well, it was in Colossus Fairy. That's not in logic.
oh, you're right. It was Colossus Fair.
Yes, it's a stupid. It's a stupid, but it's a thing to keep in mind.
I forgot that was on a logic wallet. Well,
Great. I don't like either of those path possibilities. Magna Stack there out of logic for Krez. Burning Kek is still Minuet. And Bikaron's still dead. Yay. That upgrade's pretty nice though off that scrub. Like, is that vanilla or I can't remember which one sells a stick upgrade versus nut upgrade in vanilla between the two Lostwood scrubs. I know it's one each, and then the field scrub sells a heart piece. Frogs 2 is still dead. Still no Morphopath, apparently.
Alright, ice arrows in the Kikiri sword chest. We're getting all the memes out of the way early here.
So I've been playing a lot of different settings, and my mind went straight to, oh,
Uh,
fire arrows. Sweet, ice
hold
cavern.
that thought. Is that boomerang in the letter spot?
That would be
Ooh.
funny.
Cause, or was it a bow? It looked like either ring or bow, right?
Chat's saying it's a bow, which, ooh, that's fun. We don't know where a scale is. Be a bit of a hassle to go get it and come back, but we do know where one is on the graveyard crate.
Well, since we know what hookshot is, that's everything for forest, right?
Everything but logical access to get in there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah. Double
Yeah, and our
beams.
logical access is not friendly. Given that
Wait.
Minia is on Bird and Cack behind Water and Deku, and Sarius is at the Colossus. With Requiem on Minia. Still here, I guess, since why not? Still thinking about that 30. Honestly, really curious to see what the song is here, because this could give us some interesting info on logic, as Stompe Digging giving us just a heart piece.
Yeah, so we don't have our Nocturne. We don't have Epona for a way to GTG yet.
Don't have Song of Time either for GTG. It's one of those three, and verdict is a bonus song. Okay.
Now, how fast do you rush to GTG now?
I mean, there's a challenge for Krez here, because Krez does not have that knowledge of a bow from Lake, and certainly doesn't have Strength 2, does not have Song of Time. Not getting either of those, because Song of Time and Nocturne are 50-50 between... are split 50-50 between Ice Cavern and Pretty. Neither of which are they getting right now.
And is Majarkin going in here just to do flame storage?
Seems like a bit far, but if you're here, I guess why not, just for the safety. I have seen runners get bitten before by not flame storaging as a child, due to doing it as doing the grave as adult, and then finding out later it would have been a really nice idea to do that out of logic earlier.
There was one seed I played about a few months back where this check was the logical progression, and my opponent didn't find out for like an hour, and I managed the trick and got a bow. Sweet.
A bow that
interesting
we...
bow.
Well, I mean, I guess that's good, right? Because you don't have to like go adult, get the scale, go back child, get the bow. You're saving a back and forth there. So
True.
he flicks his shield at it, but it's not bad.
Yeah. Whereas playing the Crater Beanie and getting another skull, going to play Serenade, so we'll, I guess, see that bow now.
Majarkin looks like he's going to the wells. Again, I'm just like a little surprised to not just be going Deku first. You have the save quit to come back here anytime. I'd want to maybe push the progression a little bit harder, especially knowing you've already wasted, 10 minutes into Dongos getting nothing.
I mean, at the same time, though, there's really nothing he's going to get in deck that's going to make this well faster.
I mean, we know there's nothing in there, but if
Like, he has EL bombs and storms. There's nothing that will speed the well up, and he's probably going to do it in his child cycle one way or another, so I guess it doesn't matter too much which order he does the two in. It's more this idea. I do see your point on progression. They are missing quite a number of items for Kevin, so he's hoping to get something here, which is a decent possibility. There are 13 items in here, all in logic, and might be something useful.
How annoyed would he be if he finds another bow here?
That would be pretty funny, is to get a big chest here with hammer.
So hovers in GTG ?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or long shot to get to the. No, we have tunic. We have hovers.
Mostly hovers. Alright.
All right. Well, I mean that turns that into a path to shadow, which is still fine.
Yep.
Top of fire is a small key, Crispy.
I think they meant to have a fire in general, not specifically the hammer chest. Just to stick it in the coffin.
But knowing that the top check is a key does, lead to it probably being a hover locked dungeon. So, yeah, a good pickup of hammer in an unhinted spot.
Every person.
Well, a good play here. It does make fire full clearable for Majarkin when he goes adult now.
That is a command.
There's the other 30 hint.
Another big chest. Dins! Okay, well, I guess the well just has everything today.
That's him. kr3z is going to save quit now to dump it. I wonder if he'll save flame storage to the bow now too. Planning, of course, to get that scale off the crate. I assume plan to beat for that, but might also choose to do what Majarkin did the flame storage. That I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would say most runners don't do the flame storage once you've already checked the song as adult, but you never know in a tournament race.
I'd say our last path to Goma was in the Kokiri Storms Grotto. I didn't catch what it was at all, so I hope someone in chat knows, because I did not see it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone caught it apart from... My brain's malfunctioned. Virgil, that's it.
Tactimorpha.
Bolero to hookshot.
Probably.
Or bombs to get the boots in domain. Because the bombs also lock the scale. So that probably just doesn't really tell us anything then.
Yeah, not particularly. Sunsun Grave is also dead. More bomb chews in the well. Yeah, no flame sword for kr3z, just gonna plant the bean for the bow, which we'll lose a little time, I suppose, but not gonna hurt too much.
I'm gonna interrupt here real quick so I can work on some sound checking here. Velvet, can you talk for me?
Certainly. What would you like me to talk about? Would you like just to keep on talking random nonsense so you can adjust my volume in the correct amount of time so that the chat doesn't get too annoyed by me talking? There's another
Tell us how Majarkin's feeling right now.
Okay, I'm just laughing at that bow. I guess never mind bow issues with that scale in the lake, because, well, hi. 16 skulls for kr3z.
Well, last time I ranted, there was a bow. Then I ranted again. There's another bow. If I rant again, am I going to find a fourth bow somehow? You know, magically. Maybe it doesn't because I've been having a couple of them.
It's weird because it's fine for us in here.
Where is it? Oh.
Yeah, you're loud enough in here, so.
You're loud enough to be heard, but you are comparatively quiet.
Sorry, I missed both of your comments.
You're relatively quiet, Velvet. I do have you turned up to 200% on my Discord, while Engel's at 100%.
Okay, let
But
me
it seems
flip
to
my
be good
mic.
enough
One sec.
now.
Right, how do I sound now? Reset the mic. Yes?
Sounds
You hear
good,
me?
apparently, so I think.
Hey, sounds like we're good then.
Excellent. Childground City here from Majarkin. We'll stop in DMT Storm. Here's the letter for kr3z. Unfortunately for Majarkin, he does not have as a get recovery rate of 20. Jarkin does not have sorry aside from the classes because he did not go to the other SFM for the Requiem, so
Well, we
we'll not
know.
be able to do the Runia.
Well, we know. Horon Pot is dead, so we're just gonna get Hot Rodder in here then.
Hot Water, my most hated check.
That's the one that always has something in Chalgoron, right?
Yeah, he had my progressive hookshot 4 seeds in a row. Hence why I now hate him.
The fourth bottle.
F. Where's Jack? We need them.
Is that bottle percent?
That is 1%. Technically, yes to star, but I very much doubt it.
Well, we have silvers, right? We just get 30. Yeah, strength 2 is hinted on 30 skulls, so. I mean, our path in GTG's what? Hovers, Rang, long shot, one of those, or magic.
It could be strength 3 for GC, don't forget. We don't have a hint for that.
Yeah, I guess we never got that hint, so that'd be kind of gross.
Yeah, it would be. Another silly idea, gold scale for logical lab dive.
kr3z not going into the wall here. Curious if kr3z is gonna go adult already, or
Seems like it.
we know he's missed the boots in domain because he didn't have the hint, and a couple items in the well there.
Yeah, gonna have to come back for those eventually. Well, mainly the dins. Bow is optional.
Well, the hammer too.
Yeah, I got that.
So it could be pretty big to skip the well for a while in this one.
Yeah.
And the extra bow. Don't forget the extra bow. Which would be kr3z's first bow, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Unless, I guess this could also just be a play to get that scale in it. You know, go back child, get the lake bow, and then do all the other child checks.
It is an
Potentially,
option. He
yeah.
didn't do Child Spirit either. His opponent's Majarkin, giving him his logical GTG access.
Hey, songs are hard, yes.
And there's our hook shot on the crater. Bailnog, I would not expect GTG before going back child if you know it's a bow on your child side. You really don't want to be in GTG without that. This could also be Dodongo's Cavern play.
Could be, which we would unfortunately not pay out, but it does make sense. There's a bunch of early checks. And a few extra skulls too, as kr3z is still going for 30 potentially.
Yeah, it's skulls and like as far as kr3z knows, it's like, you know, DC versus Wells kind of even. So Majarkin with the gentleman's agreement to skip Midos until the hour mark. Love to see it.
Speaking of the hour mark, happy 1 hour, everyone. What's the cack path of Morpha? Probably there's that Bolero for that hookshot at this point.
Or the bomb bag for the boots. It's probably irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, not too interesting there.
What gentleman's agreement is this? Yeah, it's the we agree to skip Mido's house until an hour in agreement. Everybody knows about that one. And yeah, CAC to Baronade Path, we assume is just 10 skulls letter. But, I mean, there's a world where it wasn't pointing to that for the letter. It could have been pointing to the hook shot or the bomb bag, but even if it's pointing to one of those to find the rang, like, that really tells us very little.
Yep. There's that boo for kr3z. There's the bottle for Majarkin.
Yeah, it looks like kr3z is gonna just take the scale, go back and get the bow, which...
Right, scale there, sorry. Bow on the letter spot. Mix those two up.
Right. But like, as we know, this is kind of gonna be a feels bad, as there's a much easier bow in the well.
Man.
Majarkin just doing what kr3z did already in Deku, so I guess while we have a moment, I'd like to thank my co-commentators, Star and Velvet, today. Our amazing runners, kr3z and Majarkin, in our first round of Challenge Cup here. We have baseball and Yiva? I'm not sure if I'm saying that one right. I'm sorry. But our wonderful trackers.
Veva. There we go. Thank you, Dessert.
Ava. Got it.
I always have a problem pronouncing their name as well, don't worry.
Listen, I have problems pronouncing all names, so... Oh, I got baseball right. Dang. Oh, wow.
Ah.
Perfect.
There's that poo for Krez. And yes, names are hard. At least I haven't managed to switch my languages up so far today, so that probably won't stick.
Oh yeah, I read you you speak like 3 languages, don't you?
You'd be correct, Velvet. I am trilingual. I speak English, Mandarin, and French.
Oh, very nice.
Bilingual English Mandarin since I was little, since as my parents are from China and I grew up speaking it at home. Also spent a good chunk of my childhood in China. And then French is a relatively newer acquisition. I say newer, but I've been speaking it for 11 years, so it's not that new.
Is that for personal projects or is that for more zootering?
Well, originally it was because my middle school required us to take one of 3 foreign languages, English, or French, Spanish, or Latin. And I just stuck with it because I liked it.
Yep, that's fair. That's fair. Not because like some of the best players are French or anything, and we're trying to get ahead of the game by learning.
Well, I
their
started learning French well before I joined Rando. OoT didn't exist 11 years ago. But no, it is. In all non-ironic, in all honesty, non-ironically, I can say that French made me fluent. Rando made me fluent in French because I really have learned a lot of the language from the OTR and ALTTPR francophone communities.
Nice.
And Chan is correct. I do in fact commentate for our francophone communities from time to time, both OTR and ALTTPR. It's good fun. A little bit tricky sometimes. My brain was on the fritz a little bit with French last time I commented in French. I was thinking too hard about the language that day, the other day when I was commentating. Don't overthink it too much, because I was overthinking all of my French, and then and then I was just being super slow in commentary because brain just got a bit overloaded.
Did you ever find yourself accidentally swapping languages instinctively, or just not thinking of the right words?
I mean, to varying degrees. I will pretty much usually count in Mandarin because I just find it easier. This goes for both English and French comms, especially French comms because French numbers are stupid. Here's Irons for Chris and the Fire Med for Majarkin.
Yeah, as Kirk pointed out in chat, Krez does make his way out to domain. Probably feeling pretty good about that route of, grabbing the scale, grabbing the bow, hopping into domain. There's your boots. But
Yep.
little does he know, the well just has a lot of it.
Yeah. Yes, Big Yano. 420 is 10. That is, in fact, how you say 90 in French is 89.
Really?
Yes. 42010. I think some parts of Belgium maybe use Nonant and Nonant and the Setant as well for 70, 80, and 90, but it's 17, 80 et 90. Or not 17, 70. Blah. So, like, the year 1999, if you really wanted to read out the full number, would be 1999.
Yes.
And 19 is 19.
So what was 19? D's nuts. Yeah. That's what I had too.
No, Dixneuf, Dixneuf is the spelling. I kind of see that, but no. And yes, I am one of the younger members of the community. Saltinax middle school was in fact 11 years ago for me.
Oh, see, I don't know what age middle school is because I'm English.
No, that's fair. English, well, usually it's between either grades 6 through 8 or like 7 through 9, depending on the school system. Sometimes even just 2 years. So it's
Yeah, we don't do grades over here either.
yeah. So it's like, do you remember which year sucked the most? Those ones, usually between like the ages of 10 to 13 or so, or 11 to 13, 12 to 14, that range.
Where children become feral.
And yes, usually that is when people tend to hit puberty, which is one of the reasons why middle school has a bit of a reputation for being kind of rough. And now, yeah, started learning French then, took it throughout high school as well, and then took a few courses in college, including a course on French pronunciation, which was fun. And then, well, Rando happened, so now I just speak French on the regular. Back on topic though. Adult Lake for Krez. I think Majarkin's going adult as well. And
Ooh, magic.
that's a needed item.
That's very convenient to be able to put that in GTG next. But it's interesting. Krez kind of just pushing progression, has avoided DC and the well. You know, any non-required dungeons. It's kind of, backfired a bit here because Majarkin about to go adult, almost, completely caught up to where Krez is on top of having those 2 side dungeons completed.
Yeah, unfortunately, Krez just needs to go back to the well eventually for those Dins and Hammer, and no real indication to go to the well beyond here's a load of checks. See,
Hey.
light arrows, okay. Why not?
That's-
On lab roof, that's works.
convenient.
Lake
You'll
High
need to
having
find
all the
those
goods.
later. Yes, sir. .24 skills as well for Krez. And a little spirit is a real consideration, especially because we do have almost everything else for it. We've got a fire source from Majarkin at least. We know where strength 2 is. We've got a mirror shield, we've got a hookshot, we've got Zeo. We've got a bow even. We've got explosives. Something to think about.
Yeah, well, we still don't actually have logical access to Spirit or Forest right now.
Nope. Minionette is on Burning Cack.
Right, but it's like you really don't want to go to either of those places until you're more in logic for them with how little we need, I would say.
Yeah, that's fair. As well, we have all the hints. Speaking of Spirit Temple, it's long shot locked.
Did Majarkin get the hook shot yet?
I don't believe so.
Is he setting?
I think so.
This could be bad for him if he's setting Scarecrow and then grabbing it, because
he's thinking about doing fire, I think.
Oh yeah, I get it. He knows there's a key on Pierre and wants Scarecrow for fire, but like, well, we know there's 2 important things out here in the lake.
Yeah, needs magic. Needs that magic and light arrows eventually. Minor time loss for now, maybe major routing problem for later. Yep.
Yeah, he could choose to reverse Wasteland, maybe to go to GTG or something, and then could be bad if he doesn't go back to the lake for those checks for a while.
Well, we all know second magic will be in Shadow, as it normally is when Shadow is required.
There's another big chest that kr3z can't get on the Hammer Rocks.
Do we have anything to direct us as to what that is?
No, it could just be junk, but you know, it's one thing that Majarkin will be able to get right away as he goes to GTG after, at least presumably after Fire here.
I mean, it'd be super nice if that was just Boomerang, you know, just get everything you need on the way to GTG.
I don't know about reversing to GTG being more convenient. If you don't have magic, which he doesn't, you can't do the Wasteland check anyway, so I could see like wanting to do field into GTG as a routing option.
Vanilla Boss Keen Fire from Majarkin. Yeah, it's probably hovers either in or behind GTG at this point, as they figured.
There's probably just a key on Volve, and then, you know, Volve key plus top key just satisfies it right there.
Oh yeah, he's got a Goron tunic. My brain's gone.
Ah! And he's in the lava.
Here's a card for kr3z. There's, I guess, going the long way around for the rooftop chest?
It's what it looks like.
You don't have to go through the kitchen there, but that's what you choose to do, so.
Well, that little jump across the gap can be quite annoying sometimes.
That's true.
It may be slower, but if he's more consistent, then it's better for yourself to save time. Same goes for every single trick, really. Like the one Majarkin just showed there.
Yep.
It's kind of interesting that he got 2 keys in those first 3 checks. That would make me want to check the bottom part of Fire, I would think, because...
Oh, convenient lens game. Hello.
You say convenient, I say, oh, that puts things in logic. Well, I guess not quite, unless hovers are... Well, they're probably
GTG,
gettable.
yeah.
But knowing that Fire is going to be hovers locked and having 2, potentially just 3 keys when you face Volve here, like, do you want to just check the main room? Because they're probably items?
I got mildly confused then I remembered that 1500's dead.
Yep, was just about to commentate on that as I get the Harpies. Now the real question is, what's Path in GTG?
That's likely hovers, but could still be Boomerang with hovers and Jabu.
Could be.
Could be Long Shot, which would put us in logic to go to Spirit, which would also then put us in logic for Forest.
And give us a more of water, and give us water finishable too, which would give us Nocturne for Shadow Devil to some degree. There's options, unfortunately. That was a key on Wolf, and that's going to be Medallion 3 from Majarkin.
Of course, we also might just not be able to get anything out of GTG right now.
That's possible. He could be Song of Time locked or Strength 2 locked out of here. I think that was kr3z's 24th skull I want to say out of Fortress.
I want to see he had more than that. I think he's almost at 30.
Tracker has him at 26, so let's go with that. EMC Fairy's a new check as well. Chat saying kr3z at 27, thanks.
First to 3 was indeed Majarkin, so good job, all the... what was the ratio, like 11 to 1 or something?
Something like that. There's a key for kr3z.
Yeah, Majarkin having to run back up to the trail here because he wasn't able to get the ferry earlier.
I will say I appreciate how they both have matching matching tunic and meter shield colors here. Green for kr3z and a nice purplish blue for Majarkin. Periwinkle? Maybe for that color? I'm not quite sure what it is. Well,
I'm a simple man, I see a blue colour. That's it for me. I'm not as, I'm not sure what the word is. Person who can detect a lot of different colours and... I don't know.
Sadie also with an eye for color saying it's periwinkle too. Okay, being colorblind is a good excuse for that. And I also commented, I spoke about DPR earlier, but I also commented a lot of Zelda 2 Rando, and we do a lot of color analysis there because the dungeon colors are randomized. Dungeon color palettes are randomized in that Rando. So we can get some interesting colors for analysis. Some nicer ones and some that are really just bad. File is saying that they're going to crack a Z2R's joke star thinks. Yeah. Top File who also joins us names to the Z2R streams. The key on the ice statue.
Oh, we just did Doggo Cam. We have an Apollo on stream. Well, where's Frey?
Yeah.
Are they both there? It's so small on my screen.
I know I see at least one dog on screen.
Oh, you're right. Frey is down there.
And there's the 20 skulls from Jarkin.
Freya. That is the donut dog.
Why are they called the donut dog, if I may ask?
Because of that emote.
Ah! That makes sense.
Yeah,
Thank
chat.
you.
Yeah, Chris
Yeah, Chris is
struggling
having
in
a fun time in
Double
GTG.
gap.
Died to the
Four heart.
Snoffos, died to the Zophos, died to the Void Out. That's a nice BGS from Majarkin. Not really seeing anything too interesting in the maze besides a couple keys.
Yeah, we just aren't finding that GTG item. It doesn't look like it's in the maze at all.
Doesn't seem like it, no. That makes me
Uh,
concerned. If it's not in this next
Concerned?
room, we've got fun.
You mean potentially the star will get what they want?
It's possible. It's certainly not in this firing test, that's for sure. Nope, this is a baseball seat. So far, looking like a bit of a curveball. More keys and... Yeah, strength 2 and for a song of time apparently is required for GTG today. Yay! It's a really good thing they're getting those 30 skulls. 25 from Majarkin.
So Majarkin did decide to go up and get the song at Forest, which... This might actually hurt him, because it's Requiem, and... that might push him to just reverse after.
Mm-hmm.
Which, as we know, leads you kind of away from the lake, which has magic and light arrows.
Trying to head back out. I hope we would at least get 30 skulls before, just
Yeah.
to see what that GTG is.
I also would have maybe expected a quick trip into Forest to pick up, 3 skulls or something, but...
Maybe. Resin Fire, unfortunately, is not going to get too far without a hammer. Ice is an option, true, Kirk. Can't get there fairly quickly with Iron Boots diving through Lost Woods.
Do we know what song is in Ice Cavern yet?
Song of
No.
Time or Nocturne.
Ooh, both potentially required. Well,
Yeah.
Nocturne, definitely.
More likely to be Nocturne in the... No, less likely to
More
be
like-
Nocturne in the sense that Iron Boots are likely path to Bongo and Domain, and
Yeah.
Waters the Forest
Well,
path, but we don't know.
Well, you say this, Star, but based on GTG...
It could also just be the toilet, yeah.
What if it is the toilet and that's why we needed those boots?
We just don't know yet. And it could still be Fire Temple, too, because we have it. Well, no, that Goron too... Oh no, we have Lens and Magic, so the wallet's now in over at Colossus, so it's not a Goron
The
tunic.
wallet is not in, but the tunic could be the path from...
Yeah, I know. True, we still don't have hover boost to put Crossing Wasteland in. Yeah, we still don't have hovers or long shot across Wasteland, so that Goron tunic still is an option right now.
There's another key.
Okay.
Let's...
Yeah, Crows needs to go to the well, Majarka needs to go to Adel Lake at some point. And yes, this is a play Dibs Ice for Majarkin. Got checks, got skulls, got a song. Makes sense. What is that on the iceberg? It's the item there, but seems like it was nothing. I don't think kr3z has quite enough time to chat no TS fairies, so should be fine. And the small chest. So, hammer is required to continue fire and death here.
Yeah, it's good for kr3z at least. Not gonna waste time going up any further.
No.
But question is, where's he going? DC, ice, and the well, all pretty good options right now.
Honestly, it's a tricky choice right now.
Or even, it could just be pushed to 30 skulls and try and see if you can get, hovers out of GTG, right?
True, though hovers don't do much
Yeah, I guess
for
he doesn't
kr3z
have
currently.
the dins, so...
No dins, no nocturne. Hovers wouldn't really give him anything new right now, is the thing. Does look like this will be a nice play for him, though. We'll see what. So far, nothing in the map chest for Majarkin. We'll see if there's anything in the other checks here. Currently, we're missing, let's see, long shot for water, boomerang for Jabu, hovers for shadow.
Yep, that's all we need. At least us in the know here. Our runners need a bit more.
Mm-hmm. So hovers are more or less indicated by our full path to some degree or another, but we don't really have any info on where our long shot or boomerang are. They're just somewhere in the seed.
Yeah. Are they in a stone dungeon, or are they just on the way,
Well, it appears nothing's in ice.
Doesn't seem like it. That is Skull 28 for Majarkin. And it is important to know when Longshot turns up and if it's in logic, because currently both of our remaining stone dungeons are behind Longshot in logic, so I don't think either of them really want to go there just yet until that turns up.
Yeah, or you confirm hovers in GTG.
That's true, one or the other, because
You need
we
one.
don't know where hovers and Longshot are. They're both recorded for go mode, and if they're late, you can save yourself some time by not being too far out of logic for it. And we know specifically Spirit from a hint has a key on the right hand, so that is guaranteed Longshot lock for the last few checks. Now, whichever song is nice, Cameron, will be of some use. Either Song of Time for the toilet or Nocturne for Shadow, of course. Don't know which. We'll have to find out. Here in a second, as well as our final chest. The items so far, though, are not looking helpful and nice.
Yeah, Song of Time could also be needed for Water Temple. We didn't get any sometimes hints for that one.
No, and Song of Time. Not really surprised there. Okay, and that's going to be a reverse wasteland to
Well,
GTG for Majarkin.
he still needs one skull to get to 30 to get the last strength there for GTG.
Could
I would
put out
think
a Colossus. Oh, right. Yeah, could get Colossus skulls here, I think.
I would think you would want to grab that before reversing, especially not having a magic.
That's true. Also, oh yeah, he hasn't gotten Sarius yet, so good to finally pick that up here.
Yeah, these skulls in Colossus here, not fun to grab with the levers, but you know, you take what you can get when you only need one more.
Yep.
The question
And
is,
good.
sorry, my question is, does this actually bail Majarkin out? Like, if he had the strength 2 already, he probably just reverses at that point. But since he has to go back for it, now he has an extra option. Do
He
you
does.
Requiem or do you Serenade to go up?
I don't know, honestly.
You normally go the way that gives you additional checks. So
Which
I'd
would be
like to
Serenade.
say Serenade, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably would Serenade as well, but we don't know for sure from his perspective. Also feels bad no Nocturne, so his fastest way to CAC is to play Bolero and then go down DMT. And there's strength 2 for Majarkin.
And reverse. Well,
Yeah, not seeing a lick.
that could be bad.
Yeah, that could be.
Or maybe they're doing the reverse now, doing GTG, then doing Valley, then Lake, maybe?
Probably. So I guess the other thing is that you need magic logically to cross.
True, yes.
So if Majarkin considers the logic after coming out of GTG with what we hope is just hovers, he will say, "Oh, I'm still not in logic for Spirit or Forest," and then do like, you know, Valley, Lake, Field kind of play, right?
Kind of hope for his sake it is Longshot in GTG so that he can go just go do water with Adult Lake on the way, though having Longshot be the thing in GTG would open up a whole other can of worms, logically. I mean, we know
Any,
long
yeah,
shot or hovers kind of do need to show up sometime soonish.
we do have that big chest still sitting there at Hammer Rocks and Valley, which could just be our long shot orang.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a big chest. Kraz also going for 30 skulls now, I think. I guess Bolero after that for him to go for the Cheeky Chi. I was trying to think of what his fastest dungeon access is, and I think it might be Bolero. Or Requiem, actually.
Yeah, it's probably Requiem. Unless you, like, maybe consider dipping into a quick dip of water a few checks first. Like, you could do that.
I mean, knowing that your long shot might be the path item, I'd probably not do that. Let's get it. His BGS.
I mean, it could be that Longshot is vanilla.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
possible.
And
Wait,
Rip
what happened there to
Majarkin.
Majarkin? Whoa.
He got caught.
I looked away for a second and he was gone.
Yeah. And okay, Bolero here.
Yep, Kakariko is triple path. It's great.
Yep. Letter and case order pretty obvious. What's path to Goma remains remains minor mystery, though it's probably just one of a couple things.
I mean,
It's not on the visible chest here that's path, that's for sure. In Blake Lake
no.
Room.
We've got a 33% chance the star's about to party.
there's a biggie.
Alright, what's this?
And I wasn't counting keys in here, so I don't know if toilets.
Ah, there's a
Oh, there
long
we
shot.
go.
Great.
It
Stone dungeons.
looks like
tells me.
it looks like toilets an item though, because Chris is going to it. Hopefully, counted the
Seems
keys
like
while
it.
I didn't.
Yeah, I wasn't counting keys either. It's really hard to do so with CSMC and the maze chests. I don't know how many exactly were in there.
Yeah, toilet definitely still has dins to star.
Yeah, the dins that's in the well.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
The well's just a giant toilet, though, right?
It does have water in it, I guess.
And it does flush when you play a certain.
But if toilet is nothing, this is actually terrible for our runners because the long shot opens up all of water, spirit, and forest for the hovers.
Yep, which are options. Unfortunately, it will also lead Krez further away from the well, is the other thing.
Yeah. Does Majarkin do Valley here back into GTG? Well, he's going to full clear GTG. Get long shot, and then...
I'm gonna have to go water here and then figure out what to do besides that.
We want him to check Valley for that big chest, because he's the hammer.
Yeah. I mean, he could just, go Valley Lake to get to water after this.
That's the hope.
We'll see. Alright, toilet time for kr3z. In case anyone's wondering why this is called a toilet, it's been a nickname that since like the very early days of OOTR racing. It's slow, it's a pain, it's a big pit full of water that swirls, and there's some nonsense in it. That's why they call it the toilet.
Some very good use of a... I'm not sure what it is, like a bug, a trick, to equip the iron boots and reset the underwater timer.
And it's dead, so long shot path to our hover boots.
Yep,
Fun!
just fantastic.
Well, that's what you get with a triple cack path.
Yep.
Long, convoluted nonsense. I'm so sorry to Star. That's what you get with OoT. Long, convoluted nonsense.
Yep. Now that we do have a true Bolero path this seed because those hover boots, that hookshot on the volcano locks longshot confirmed, and that locks hover boots. Yay! The really rare Bolero path. They're not common. Because usually hookshots and, hovers tend to turn up a smidge earlier than they are today. Instead of, being Bolero locked. Bolero is probably both Bolero and Bomb's pack at this point, because we haven't seen another Bomb pack either.
Right, well, we saw the locked bomb back on the king, but...
That was funny.
Yeah, so probably both Bolero and Bomb's path to get long shot.
Yep. Bomb's also for the irons and domain, but yeah.
Yeah, and we have no boomerang, which is just going to be full-on casino here.
Yeah, we have absolutely no hints whatsoever for that, since our cack path to Baronade was just letter. I mean, it could be behind one of the other items we got in CAC. A lot of stuff is behind the items we got in CAC. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff is behind the items we got in CAC. So there's really no indication of it.
Well, if you were playing the seed, what would you be chasing for the boomerang right now?
I mean, clearing out water here is the first good step.
Big chest?
The
Neighbors.
love.
Lovely. Pretty sure that couldn't have been hovers, but it could have been, yeah. Boomerang, but nope.
No, it could have been boomerang, but not hovers, yeah.
Because that check is not longshot locked.
How many checks are long shot locked in water? Is it 2? 3?
Depends on key layout.
Yeah,
I've seen
so...
one key so far on Compass, because it depends if Morpha's got a logical key or if it's or not.
Yeah, we know that Morpha and the logical boss key chest are the two that are always going to be long shot locked, but then, depending on keys, the Dark Link loop.
Also, currently Central Bow Target is longshot locked because we don't have hover boots.
Oh, that's true too, yeah.
Just remember that that's a thing. It's not one that comes up the most often, but you do need one or the other to get there.
Yeah, that could be hovers.
2 keys now, as map is also a key. Let's see if this one is a key. Because Water Temple key logic is generally fairly simple. Dark Link, River Chest, and Boss Key Chest are 5 key locked. Everything else just requires you to be able to physically get it. There are some odder edge cases involving Central Pillar can technically be 5 key locked as well if you somehow have no other way, no way to light the torches, but that's much rarer. Given that you also would need to get 5 keys without the ability to light torches. So we know that Dark Link, River Chest, Morpha must have between them maximum of 1 small key, then either items or boss key besides. Because there is 1 extra key in water because we do remove the locked door leading to the topmost water level changer. Next to the Scarecrow, no one ever uses because you can't summon it from below. There's a long shot for Majarkin.
And Vanilla Bosky today.
Alright. Note also that Shoot the Sun is longshot locked. Not necessarily Water Temple locked, but it is longshot locked. In these settings, in this seat, at least. Technically, just general OOTR logic requirements for Shoot the Sun are a bow, of course, and the ability to get to that platform. Which is either killing Morpha or Longshot and Scarecrow. Which are both hookshot locked in these settings, longshot locked in these settings, so it works out.
So a key on the bow target here, which is kr3z gonna get? Are we getting the full water clear?
Well, might.
Maybe. Looks like it.
Like, I know we have this long shot path, but we have so many other options other than water. I'm a little surprised.
I guess just doesn't want to have to come back. It is a bit slow, but you are here already, I guess, is the thinking, perhaps. Because the issue, too, is there's a lot of options behind long shots, so you might as well at least clear this out before going to do the others. It does unfortunately send kr3z away from his well because he's got so much else to do and the well is just not on his priority list anywhere. It's likely, or if it is, it's somewhere near the bottom at this point, given that long shot.
Yeah. This is also awkward central pillar because on 4 hearts you don't really have time to do the peek and get the check if it is needed. So kr3z just gonna rushing to try and get to this check in time.
Yeah. The timing is doable, it's just tight. And I think that was nothing?
It was a dead check, so that's 2 items from water.
At least one of which is Darklink River or Morph, who knows on the other. Okay, actually, let's see. So, compass map, torches, bow target were small keys. I think dragon has to be our 5th. And then the 6th key and the last 2 items are between Darklink, Morpha, and River Chest, since we know that the boss key is vanilla.
Yeah. All right, Majarkin. Are you going Valley? You're accidentally paying the fee again. All right. Interesting, interesting.
Do that
Nice
first, I guess. And
RNG
yes,
manipulation, yeah.
Just tip in the doorman.
We are getting this Valley check, though, so... Is this Boomerang? Is this second magic? What do we got?
If it is Boomerang, are we in no mode?
We still don't have hovers, which could be in many places.
Yeah, we still
no, still
don't
no
have hovers. We know they're long shot locked, but where are long shot locked? No idea whatsoever.
The goals!
Yay.
Nice 30
Come
skulls.
on. OGC is a thing, I guess.
Yeah,
not for
but
long
only
shot, not for hovers, but it is for
only-
boomerang.
Only OGC for Rang, because we know where lights are, so it's not going to be like a surprise light trial.
No. I mean, it made sense for Majarkin to go get straight this 30 skulls before coming to GTG, but
No,
that
like-
does feel a little silly.
It's all making sense. It's just like between this and the bow for him is like just such feel bad. It's like I just did all this work for the other one. What are you doing, Gabe?
Right. This thing is less than the little by letter being recorded on 10 skulls, but it's still a bit of a oof. It's like, okay, game, come on. Can we not? Oh yeah, if Krez finds Hammer and comes back for Hamrocks, he will feel he's gonna kick himself.
Krez has had even worse feel bads of age changing to get the lake bow. Although I guess he hasn't found any other one yet, so he doesn't know yet.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna feel bad whenever he finally goes to the well. Finding that hammer, finding the bow, he could have gotten forever ago, and you're like, oh, great.
So, did Chris just not do River?
He did not do River.
Well,
No.
did we
Wasn't
see 4
Dark
chests? I thought we only saw 3. Maybe we saw 4 and I missed.
I don't remember, honestly.
Well, Kirk, we think Dragon is the other
Dragon
key.
is our
but,
5th key.
but
We
I
don't
was
know
thinking,
about River.
I thought River or Morpho was the last item, but maybe we saw the 4th and I just missed it.
If I've been counting correctly, it's a 50-50 for the final item between Morpha and River Chest, assuming Darklink was an item, which I didn't quite catch. Yeah, Tata confirming Vanilla Boss Key tonight on the Darklink, so it's a 50-50. Yep.
Yeah, so I just don't understand why you wouldn't check the river while you're there then.
Me neither. Well, it is a choice. I hope it doesn't come back to bite.
Because it's slow, but I mean, we fought Darklink for the item potential. There's like, you would just keep going.
Yeah, it's not that much further.
But at any rate, our runners are going to have some terrible choices to make here.
Yep, and that is a key on Morpha, so the final item in water is on that river chest.
So, Spirit, Forest. You have to think Grizz goes one of those first with the long shot path.
You have to, yeah. It's just a matter of which one do you choose.
I mean, I would say Spirit as the obvious better density, better play, but You know, maybe you're feeling behind and you want to go the lower percentage first.
Yeah, well, let's not shoot the sun, because that is just about refilled. Yeah, and I think Cress is going back in for Darkling.
Yeah, it's
Or not Darkling River.
yeah, it feels bad to go back though.
It does, but you don't want to leave it behind.
Oh, Majarkin went just a bit to the right on that jump.
Oops.
He's like holding right when he does the final jump. Everything else is good up until that point. There we go. Just gotta hold forward at the end.
Those kind of net out some of the time loss Cress had from having to come back in for for River Chest, which he's now getting to. There's the Bosky.
But at least the chest wasn't nothing, so the effort was worth it, if that makes sense.
Oh, for the Bosky chest, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd feel extra bad if I messed up the trick twice and then it was just a waste of time. Like, oh, was it 3 times? My bad. Sorry.
Yeah. What is that River Chest?
Well,
That is a big chest.
it's something.
Nope.
Oh.
Nice slingshot game. Thanks. And that is Serenade. Interesting.
That feels even worse as Krez, right? You're like, I came back for this and it's a big chest. Let's go. Oh.
Yeah, Crest save quitting. Where is he going now? This isn't water. This isn't. Oh, sorry. This isn't Spirit. And this isn't Forest.
Save quit would be child, but
He's
Why?
going to go get
Yeah.
the Nocturne song. And probably going to do shit.
oh yeah, you get the song here.
Move
I
that,
guess.
I
I
guess
mean,
you get Nocturne here, but you don't really use it for anything.
Yeah,
right
you
now
don't
for him.
need it right now.
Doesn't have Dins to use it with.
He's going child. I don't understand this when you have the long shot path.
Child Spirit, but I'd go Adult Spirit first.
Yeah, same.
And no, he doesn't have Din's Stat and Hammer are in the well, which he needs to get to at some point, and I think is going there now. I just don't understand why he's doing this first.
Yeah, that's bizarre to me that you're not gonna chase the long shot path.
I get doing well while you're child. I just don't understand why he's going child. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna get him what he needs, but it's an odd routing choice.
Yeah, it's very weird choice. I don't know. Guess we'll see what Majarkin chooses here after finishing up water.
The 50-50, more or less, that the Spirit versus Forest could be a deciding factor in this race.
Oh, Majarkin messing up the jump here too.
Spirit is long shot locked, both in the sense that we got a hint that there's a key on right hand, and the sense that the entirety of getting to Spirit Temple is long shot locked. Requiem is on Minuet, Minuet is on Burning Cax, Sari is on the Colossus, and Water is the Forest Medallion. Do you need that long shot?
This is not a good water temple for Majarkin.
Yeah, which is good for kr3z, because kr3z is losing a fair bit of time to various things, such as his own water temple in that trip to River Chest. There's his hammer.
For a moment there, when he pulled out Ocarina before Oswind, I thought he was just going to bail.
At what point do you just take the logical or like the vanilla route up to that?
I don't know.
There we go. First try.
And there's Dins.
Yep. So kr3z takes the item lead currently by having that magic and the light arrows, but Majarkin's still a bit of an edge if he checks Adult Lake right here after beating Morpha.
Mm-hmm. The question is, I would expect him to do Adult Lake just because he's here already, but he could theoretically just go off and chase his long shot path instead. I hope he doesn't, but he could.
Yeah, so again, I think the one thing that could save you here is if you're like really reading the logic. You know that crossing still needs a magic to be into play. So you might, check lake, check field to try and get that magic that you know has to be out here. It's gotta be before the cross. kr3z is gonna get the other bow here.
Yeah. Probably not too thrilled about it. Well. Just gonna move on. Finish the well, and I assume Child Spirit before going back adult at this point. Not really anything else you can do as Child here.
No, nothing much. I guess he didn't do Child Goron City at all, I don't think, but like, I don't think you'd go back for a couple checks like that.
I think it's a bit too far when you've got an outstanding path hint, yeah.
I mean, I guess Dan's dad could be on that hint, right? But
Is he not even doing Child Spirit here?
he is not. That's curious.
It's a choice.
I'm not sure what. I mean, he has to go to fire for sure, but like
I would at least do Child Spirit setting up for it, because you know your hovers aren't in fire.
Unless you're like hard gambling forest over spirit, right?
I guess.
There's also a chance that he thinks it's the hammer rocks because he knows there's a big chest there.
But you know that's not long shot locked because you had Epona and the hammer was just in the well.
Yeah.
So yes, you know that's an item, but you know it
And
can't be hovers.
It could be your boomerang, I guess, yeah, but it cannot be hovers. Yeah, I really don't have any idea what's up with kr3z's routing. It's odd.
Yeah, and Majarkin also committing to.
We haven't seen the lens anywhere that we know of.
No, we did. It was on Fortress. They have it.
No, we did. But he's not doing that either.
Well, yeah. I mean, the lens game can't be the hovers, so like, probably skip it.
Yeah. It's one of those things that just that boomerang can be anywhere with no indication of where it's at.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not in Jabu, but that's it.
I'm pretty sure both runners have lens at the moment, right?
They do, yeah. Because we saw it first on kr3z's side.
Yeah.
Is it on the tracker? No, I don't think it is it?
I don't think we normally track the lens. It usually doesn't do much.
Oh, other variants of the Zopar's tracker, which is what we have it as base, I think use the lens like as a you can like right click on I think the magic meter to show you have it, but it's not on this one because we don't have magic on the tracker. So. Yeah, fire should be pretty quick for kr3z. I kind of hope he bails out of here, though it would be interesting if he sticks around and finds a boomerang in here.
Yeah, it could be in fire. But again, I don't know why you would stick around in fire when you know that the hovers aren't here.
Oh no, I agree with you on that. It's just a choice he could choose to make for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like, I would absolutely go chase my long shot path after this, but, well...
I mean, I think you have to, because for all you know, Rang's just in shadow, right? Like, find the hovers first.
And I know for sure that they have, in fact, both seen that path in too. Like, it's not a mystery. One was in the critter wall, the other was in DMT, and I know they both read it. So that's not the issue. They have the hint. Whether or not they are thinking about it is another thing.
Majarkin choosing spirit first here. I think this is like it's good because you want to chase this path. Again, it's just a question: will he think back about where the magic has to be if like he finds hovers early in here?
Because he did in fact skip out of the lake, unfortunately, well, in this case, unfortunately, choosing to rush his path has resulted in him missing out on that magic meter on the lab roof for now. Second magic could be here, that is true, but we don't know.
Yeah, you could get the other one and be bailed out. You'd have to go back for the light arrow hit at the end, which would kind of be a pain, but yeah. And you do need magic logically to get to spirit. Just not out of logic. We didn't need it.
Nope.
And child spirit was required.
Fun! And that is Requiem for Majarkin playing to save quit for Child Spirit, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think he's committing to spirit and just gonna have to go get a key, unfortunately. Again, that's like bad for kr3z because he could have just done child spirit, a minute ago.
Yeah, I'm honestly confused why he didn't do Child Spirit, but
I'm with you.
I mean, this is routing the last 10 minutes has been rather confusing just in general.
So where does he go now? Is this? He could go to Dongos, even though it's not, for the hovers.
I think I'd be really confused if he decided to go to DC. It's going to do Crater Fairy first, which makes sense, fair enough. But
Although, well... Yeah, no, I mean, maybe he confused the hints? Like, maybe he thought it was a path to Shadow, the long shot, and it got Nocturne?
Maybe he's thinking of it that way
because it's hover boots and you confuse it, maybe? Like, I could see that.
Maybe. I mean, we've seen all varieties of brain farts before in Rando, unfortunately. I don't know.
Well, first to a Shadow.
Vanilla hovers are a possibility with Nocturne being in or long shot locked behind water.
That is true, yeah.
I didn't think about that, and I'm usually one for thinking of evil.
Yeah. It's not like it's really going to cost him much time to come back anyway, but we'll see what he finds here.
True.
Did the first 2 checks, have the door open for next time. Assuming you're not just here. Room right here would be funny. Small key. There is 1 key here for Majarkin.
Now, if you're Majarkin, do you climb as a child so you can get the flames in the lobby easier? Because he has no magic?
I think so, because I don't know if Majarkin knows the bow strats, but they're a bit stupid and quite time-consuming.
Yeah, yes they are. He didn't save the keys, so hard child commit, I guess.
Looks like it.
And nothing in the first 2 is Shadow, so Spirit Forest looking like our answer.
And it's going to be Spirit. No keys on Child Climb either. Jeez, there is going to be... Yeah, there has to be 2 keys fire-locked.
Which again leads to hopefully Majarkin thinking about that magic logic and where his first magic, kind of needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, like, there's your key. Like, okay, this dungeon needs magic. Even if you didn't think about the crossing part, like, here it is.
Yep, you absolutely need magic in the logic for that.
Which hands do we have hinted? Right hand.
Right
Is right
hand.
hand child or adult? I always get those
Right.
confused.
Child.
Child. So we know that Spirit is extra long shot locked because of it.
Yeah, I mean, once that child climb didn't have any keys, I think we auto knew that these two fire ones were both keys, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Because
So
no keys on child side, and only one key on child side, no one on child climb means you have to have 2 keys fire locked in these settings.
So now we're gonna get the high five as Majarkin goes back for adult spirit. kr3z is gonna have to go to child side.
Mm-hmm. We're a little behind here at the moment, effectively, though we do know Majarkin will have to get back to Adult Lake eventually, so it's still close. Currently between the two. Nope, no treasure chest minigame. Majarkin is rushing that path.
Yeah, I guess there's a good point in chat. Like, I guess we could have gotten Minuet from Burning Cack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without any magics or crossing or anything, so there is that, although that still required long shot to get. But I guess it tells Majarkin less about the magic.
It still can't be behind anything in Adult Spirit, though.
Yeah.
The rest of that spirit is completely magic locked. We'll see if kr3z chooses to climb. I think he likely will again.
Well, he has fire,
Well,
though.
actually, he has Din, so you could choose not to. Never mind. Doesn't have to worry about doing the very stupid and time-consuming fireless strats in Spirit, but it does look like he'll climb it anyway. I think it is a little faster to do it as a child than do it with Dins as adult, so it's close. Although you have to come back anyway as adult, so probably slower.
I think with Ferrors, you probably do it as adult. Well, it's not really gonna matter either way, I don't think.
I don't think so, no.
Spirit Temple, not even giving us any bait here so far. We're getting towards the end.
Yeah.
Do we have what bait do we have left?
Third
Gold
bomb
scale?
bag,
I
gold
guess got
scale.
really slow now. Yeah, I guess. I think we're...
Sora
Also-
tunic, another wallet.
Yeah. Fire arrows would be pretty baity at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
Double defense would be funny. Haven't seen that either.
Any Rova fighters here, or are we just skipping to forest?
Honestly, that's a good question.
Personally, I would skip Rover, but that has come to bite me in the butt so many times.
Yep. There's another key. So that's all 5 keys now. Both hands having keys. And there's Serenade for Priz. Speaking of languages earlier, my brain for some reason keeps wanting to roll the R on Krez for no particular reason, given that I've never commentated one of his matches in French as far as I can figure. My brain just keeps wanting to roll the R and I don't know why. Speaking of fate, nice bomb bag. Thanks. That is
Hooray.
very, very, very bomb locked.
The third one.
Yay! Confirming bomb bag's path in CAC, I guess, but none of that tells us anything either.
Yeah. One
Ooh.
more.
Double bait? Double bait?
Yeah. Thanks.
I mean, did Majarkin do diving in the lab? No, right?
He hasn't been to Adult Lake. He can't know.
So, I mean, maybe that's a thing that pushes him back there, thinking possible gold scale.
Maybe. That would be good for him. He does need to get back there sometime. Yeah, lap dive is long shot locked. Also, was either a nuts or a
It was
bomb
garbage,
free
but
kill or
like
something.
it puts him in the right area potentially.
Yeah. And yeah, it's not gonna make sense here. They're basically an adult spirit besides Twin Rover apart right now. And well, once you take out the time of Adult Lake, it's very, very close. Rover triple bait would be funny. I mean, right now it's looking like an oops AD just because they're doing it, not because it's necessary. At least for Majarkin, I don't think Prince is ever going back to DC at this point.
There's nothing that would push you back there, no matter what. I don't think, unless.
I mean, because at some point you have to assume if your boomerang was there, your opponent would be done by now.
Well, I mean, there's the hovers, but like it would have to become, a casino at the very end for the Rang, where it's like down to DC versus some, I don't know, dirt checks, lens game, or Child Goron or something for him, right? You're not going back before.
World checks, yeah.
You're not going back before that kind of hunt.
Pretty much. There's just too much else to do. But yeah, Majarkin is presently turning this into a noob's AD for items, just looking for items, not because it's required.
Yeah, it's the right call to go through Spirit here. It's just unfortunate. The long shot
That's-
is not path to this unless Rova has it.
Yeah. Because we know it's not the song on AD, it's just prelude. That is not required for anything whatsoever. No, Dustar, the way I think of Oops AD usually is it's not one of your automatically required songs. It's not Zeal, it's not Nocturne, it's Oops AD would be something like Suns or Saria's song, and you find out, 2.5 hours into the seed, oh, I guess I need that for whatever my go mode is. Great. Oopsies. Not necessarily that you did it, even though it wasn't required, like Majarkin's currently doing.
But here we are. Was Spirit a complete bust?
Yep.
Rip.
Just choose that it was not the answer. I guess small comforts if they do end up having to go all the way to the end of Forest, they'll at least have Prelude to get back from Jamu faster.
Well, I guess if you pick it up, but you'd have to
But you do have to make it up, sure.
you have to run out and grab it. That's kind of gross. Honestly, you wouldn't even do it, right?
True.
Doesn't even save time.
I think.
Okay, this is good. He's going for the possible gold scale path. It's just, does he check both of these other checks?
I don't see any reason why he wouldn't at this point.
Well, I mean, you're chasing long shot, right? You might just be gunning for
You
long
are,
shot
but
checks.
you're also missing Boomerang, and it's right in your face. I think you have to go for it.
Yeah.
Although he's proving me wrong by hitting straight for the lab.
Well, you're also feeling bad, right? Because you've done all of the Dongos for nothing. You've done all of Spirit for nothing.
It's a horrendous thought. I think you're doing lab roof here because it's, on
It's
the
on
roof.
it. Yeah.
But do you go out to adult fishing, and that's the bigger problem.
Yeah, that's the question. Do you just skip it and say, I feel way behind after 2 dungeons gave me nothing?
Yeah, I don't know.
And-
understandable. We just know that would not be the play here, unfortunately.
Yeah. And chat, no one's climbed fire because there's no point. Its hover's locked. The only thing that could be there is Boomerang, and we don't care until we find hovers.
Pretty much, because for all we know, Boomerang's just sitting in shadow.
Yeah, okay. Getting...
And yes, well, I don't think we've actually seen Tectite Grotto, but that can't be long. That can't be your hover boots either.
No. Alright, he's walking out though. That's a good start.
Okay,
Yep.
it looks like he'll get his magic. That's good.
Alright, so that'll pretty much even us up because kr3z is taking the time to fight Rova and has those 2 checks of shadow over Majarkin.
So they're basically at a net zero base here, yeah. Going
Yeah.
for what I assume to be Forest Humble for them both at this point.
You have to go Forest. There's nothing nothing else long shot locked. Well,
no, not really.
yeah. Well, I guess Dan's dad. But you're not doing that first.
Either of them are going child for just that. I'd honestly
what if-
forgotten until you just mentioned it that Dan's dad is long shot locked.
Actually, wait. Maybe this is Sadie's time to shine. What if Wasteland?
Oh jeez. Wasteland is a check.
It's long shot locked.
I mean, I think that falls under the list of miscellaneous overall checks they really don't want to go do right now.
Don't want to do, but it's long shot locked. It could be it.
It could be. Doesn't mean they.
There's the magic. There's the shield flick.
Yeah, realizing, oh, I could have gotten that quite a while ago. Oops.
Hasn't really mattered though.
No, not really. Magic hasn't done anything for them besides logic, really.
Is he doing it? Is he doing the reverse?
Yeah, looks like it.
I was memeing, but
This could be the big brain play. Choosing to do this one relatively quick check before going for forest.
Was it Majarkin or was it kr3z that did the torches in the grave?
Majarkin did it already.
Majarkin.
I was gonna say maybe he rushed that as well with the magic, but he's not going to.
Yeah. Oh, so that's not long shot locked anyhow. Alright, Twin Rivers down for kr3z, seeing those bomb shoes. And I'd expect, honestly, probably just a Blairow here to go to the Forest Temple. I don't think going for Nocturne to Minuet's faster here.
Alright, Wasteland.
Or nope, that's a reverse
it's
Wasteland
big.
for kr3z too.
It's big.
Oh,
Sadie?
and...
Fire!
Lovely.
Oh, and kr3z is going for it too.
Oh, great. That's a funny game. That's funny. Fire locked fire. That is absolutely not bad in any way whatsoever, but it is funny.
Where is Majarkin going? Oh, did he not pick up?
Minuet.
Yeah.
I don't think kr3z got it either, but I might be wrong.
Not even gonna go do the first to a shadow, which could have been it.
We've seen Bowling Dust, but yeah, outstanding overworld checks. Treasure Chest game, OGC, Valley Crate, Valley Waterfall, Tektite Grotto's another one. Don't
We
think
saw
we
the
ever saw
water.
Big Pose.
We saw the
Waterfall
waterfall,
Great.
and yeah,
By
Majarkin did all of it.
Okay. Let's see, we do have also... We never saw Big Pose as another one.
Yeah, good point.
Just in terms of what's left that's not fire or forest, basically. I could have the boomerang, although... Boomerang is not itself going to lock hovers unless it's in forest here. And okay, Minuet here, so they're just a couple minutes apart going into Forest Temple.
Yeah, and with, like I said, kr3z having the 2 checks of shadow done, I would call this essentially even.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that. There just depends where is it and what is it for that matter, I guess technically. There's really only a couple things it could be, and you go chase whatever you find.
Yeah, like if you find Rang in here, you insta bail. Man, double stone forest.
Double
this
stone
time-
forest at the 240 mark. Yay!
This time it's kind of exciting, right? Because in theory, one of our 2 items is here.
We just don't know where. It might take us the entire dungeon to find it. Stone Phantom didn't having something is something of a running meme after all.
Sadie, Wasteland was beyond disappointment because it was a big chest, and for a second we had hope, and then it was fire arrows.
And then it was just funny.
Where's left? Forest, Jabu, or Dance Dad?
Yeah, Dancing Dad is the only other long shot lock check besides Force that's currently available to us.
Well, yeah, OGC is not long shot locked, so it could have the boomerang, but not the hovers.
No. Same goes for Tektite Grotto, Big Pose, Lens Game.
Yeah, there's still a few awful overworld checks possible ring.
Yep.
We have
Right now, Forest is Forest. We've got keys, we've got
we got
key.
mostly junk items so far, which
that's
it's even worse.
surprising.
Yeah, but it's even worse that it's all junk items and not keys, because now it's just, we're
Your
about to
next key
find all the
checks
keys.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen most of the major items in the game, so there is that. As far as big chests go, we've seen all 3 bomb bags, all 3 strength upgrades, all 3 bows. We're missing 1 magic, 1 slingshot, 1 of the wallets. We're missing double defense in the Zora tunic too, and that's about it for major items. We've seen both mirrors and the ice arrows. So they are running out of major items, which is to be expected 2 hours and 40 minutes in. Yes. And in fact, I think at this point it has to be either hovers or boomerang. I think we've seen all of our bait. Looking at what major items we haven't managed to write down on that sheet yet, I think we've seen everything that could be bait at this point.
Yeah.
It can't be a wallet.
I mean,
Water Temple was logically... No, Zord Central Pillar was...
we did all of what... Like, we could have gotten baited by the water stuff if they hadn't done it all. But
yeah,
they showed us everything, so...
I don't even think Central Pillar was a key, so that's a good point. Yeah. No, we've really seen everything. There's got to be hovers or rang in here, and the other pod just behind it.
I don't know. Child Goron City intensifies.
That's an option. Running on OTC and hovers on Jabu doesn't make sense.
Where are we setting
OTC is not
favorites?
long shot locked.
Oh, good. The next 2 checks are small keys.
Yay!
That's what Majarkin wants.
To keep on going in Stone Forest.
So we saying hovers on Phantom Cannon? Yeah.
Don't die.
There's a very real chance of it at this point. There's only so much left in Forest, period. Where are the dogs? Not interested in Stone Forest, it seems. And I don't blame them. This forest has not been particularly interesting. Gotten junk, they've gotten keys, and they've gotten more junk.
And we have a whopping 3 checks left in here.
Yep.
Chris getting trolled a little bit by the Staphos there. Both runners running into a little bit of issues with the low hearts.
Pretty typical of CSMC to not have a lot of health. Just 5 hearts for both.
Alright. Down to basement, Phantom, and Dance Dad.
Yep. It's one of those seeds. And at this point, this seed, we could have probably said this like 10 minutes ago, but this is not sub 3. Or sub 310 at this point either, honestly. Might be sub 315, but this is a longer one for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we have 20 minutes between Shadow and fighting Ganon, plus 8 or so of Jabu.
Yeah, it's like almost another half hour post finding, whatever item this is.
And that's assuming that you find one of the 2 items and the other is right behind it.
Yeah, that too. I saw Randobots giving just everyone some seriously major nonsense for both CC and Top 64. Like, I think I counted the other day, they've had like 8 or 9, like 7, 6, like 6 or 7 at least, CC seeds that went past the 3.5 hour mark.
Damn.
Which is not typical.
You know, we almost had that one Challenge Cup tournament match go to 4 hours.
I know, one
Almost.
of our tiebreakers went really long.
Yes, Boomerang can be pretty much anywhere.
Yep.
We have no hints and no inklings.
Yep. We haven't seen it, and that's all we can tell you. Sure, we have a CAC path to Baronade. Unfortunately, it's been A, confirmed to be Ritto's letter, and B, if it wasn't letter, CAC locked the entire seat, so it really doesn't tell us anything. Yeah, Dasai also has a point too that we've had a lot of races be super close, including one that was ruled as a tie. Shout out to WeLeaks and Keepsake for tying up their own race within a half a second to a second, I think was my approximate timing. Did not go to an exact frame count, but less than 1 second apart for a finish.
Wow.
That was pretty nuts.
Did they have to replay that then? Was it a tiebreaker?
No, that was a groups match, so it was just declared a tie in the challenge, and it did not end up mattering for the group, though it would have been funny if they had tied in terms of overall score at the end. I mean, my first ever OOTR French comms was during the days of CC Season 5. I was with Manu on... I think it was SGD Sean versus Arthur Houdini. That one went all 3 hours and like 50 minutes. I don't even remember why now, besides it was probably AD. So that was a fun intro to French comms, I'll say.
Speaking of AD, we have officially hit Oops AD. We're fighting all the bosses.
Yeah, at least on Majarkin's side. It's funny to note that despite having done a DC over kr3z, Majarkin is still slightly ahead here in Forest Temple.
Well, honestly, I think kr3z is now ahead. I think he's close enough in Forest with what he did in Shadow.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I do agree kr3z is ahead. I mean, just currently physically in terms of where they are in Forest Temple, Majarkin's ahead. I think kr3z just lost a fair bit of efficiency going back and forth a fair few times, so that well trip especially hurt him.
Clean Phantom Ganon fight.
Nice. Is this the answer, or is it Dancing Dad? Is a big question now.
Come on, Dance Dad.
Verdict is...
Oh, it's the rain.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
All
no.
right. Well, time to go do Jamu.
I mean, that's perfect for our runners, right? Because either the hovers are in Jabu or you'll know it's Dance Dad coming right out.
Pretty much.
So, yeah, we're down to execution now.
Yep. Neither of them have Forza in Jabu. Neither of them had magic when they turned in their letters, so...
I know
one of them both.
One of them's opened Jabu. So
Majarkin opened it, so that's a slight advantage, but not in 10 seconds, maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. Alright, and there's the ring for kr3z.
Oh yeah, did they both go through and get all the stones, or did kr3z not get one of them?
Never did DC.
Oh, yeah, didn't do DC, right? So that's actually better because you don't get the cutscene.
Yeah.
That's actually a time loss for Majarkin to get that cutscene. He should have not picked up one of the 3 stones.
I don't think.
You're not thinking about it, but
up.
like it's seconds that add up.
When the race this close, it could be a good batter. I think it does it would probably mostly net out the time gain from turning into fish earlier.
Alright, so Majarkin's in at 255.33. We'll see when Krez gets into Jabu here.
I was just writing that down.
Give us a good idea of how far ahead he is in Jabu at the moment.
So yeah, I guess I mean, never needed to do deep fire. Spirit was completely pointless. Ice was ice was useless as well. Seed was a little bit of troll here.
Yeah.
It does make you wonder, though, because both runners took that 50-50 of Spirit over Forest, and you have to be wondering, did your opponent take the other one first?
I mean, you would expect your opponent to go Spirit over Forest. And I think at this point, at this point, you just don't care, right? You're essentially go mode. You're just gonna run through it, and just kind of you're just praying.
Yeah, but you do have to wonder where your opponent is at and what they might have done differently to you.
So it looks like Majarkin's about just over a minute and a half ahead in Jabu. Will lose some of that back to that cutscene and the first couple checks of Shadow. As that's probably hovers right there, yeah.
And
Yep.
Yeah, that's go mode.
As expected.
What a jet indeed, stuff.
Totally.
Yeah.
That was absolutely totally not just, hitting go mode in 2 hours and 58 minutes. Strength 3 was bait, yep. In fact, Rose never even picked it up. Didn't need to. Strength 2 was... no, you needed Strength 2, but you could have gotten either of them.
Yeah, if you just rushed the well very quickly and then rushed GTG right after it, you could have gotten out of a lot of the skulls.
I mean, it made sense, but 30 skulls was skippable today. And that is also go mode now for Krez at 2 hours and 59 minutes. Yeah, about a minute and a half difference acquiring hovers.
So what we're saying is we have a very, very close race on our hands right now.
Yes, we do.
How
Too
long
close to
does...
make any call on who's truly ahead at the moment, especially with this much execution left.
With kr3z being 2 checks in shadow ahead. How long does that take roughly? About a minute?
Good question. Yeah, maybe it's not a ton of time, but it's more than 0.
But yes, as we saw in chat, happy 3 hours.
Happy 3 hours, everyone! Finally in go mode. Still got at least another, 20 minutes to go minimum. Something 20 minutes. Still got a few minutes left of Jabu for both. Got all of Shadow, the Age Transition, and Ganon's. Yes, please do give our 2 runners here a follow, kr3z and Majarkin, to my co-comms Velvet and Engel, and to our 2 trackers, Viva and Baseball, as well as our restreamer Dustar.
And of course, a big thank you to chat for being here, keeping us entertained, keeping us on track, and providing additional commentary.
Yep.
Very good cycle there by Majarkin. Second phases of jellyfish can be trolly to say the least.
Yes, we can. Marinade stand.
Oh no! Oh, he's doing the. That scared me a little bit.
Oh yeah, kr3z is going to attempt box skip and lose time to it.
We've lost time to it.
Third time's the charm, though.
Alright, not too big a time loss. I think it loses time after 1 fail or 2, I forget.
I think 1 fail makes it even, 2 fails you lose time.
Gotcha.
So just a little loss.
Okay, so about 140 behind right now. What's that, about 5 seconds for the OoT cutscene?
Yeah, 5-6 seconds lost to the cutscene.
Yep.
You never know. It could matter.
It could in a race that's this tight.
Would it have cost more seconds, though, to save quit out of forest? Yeah, definitely.
And it's Baronade down for kr3z. Losing a little time due to the angle at which he entered that blue warp, because the game will force you to turn until you're at just the right angle to talk to Rudo.
And the right distance away as well, for some strange reason.
Yeah. Not sure why, but the game's finicky like that. Rose going adult as Majarkin gets the first chest in Shadow.
So, yeah, kr3z is going to be slightly in the lead now.
Just a hair, yeah.
They're also going to have different Truth Spinner RNG.
I thought there was a patch to make it the same.
Only if you do it at the beginning together, going through other rooms and whatnot, and then changes it. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Yep, you are correct, yep.
that saves Majarkin a little, but he's about 20 seconds behind now.
Yeah. Rose opened that door at 3:07:42, and Majarkin 3:07:58, 59. Yeah, 16, 17 seconds behind.
So kr3z getting the hug.
It's a timely hug.
They don't want rebound hugs. They don't want to get, fall into a pit.
Majarkin got the
every
room clean.
Yeah. They want every second matters here when they're this close.
You don't have time to show your frustrations with the shield dropping. Just go, just go.
Just get going. Yep.
Oh, the nut
That
didn't
doesn't
work.
help either. From a jerk in there.
That nut didn't work either.
Getting a second hug from the spiders. I think we all are, Destar.
I think so.
Yeah. You don't know where your opponent is, but you're 3 hours and 10 minutes into this race, so you know that like if you are ahead, it's not by much.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if there was like a ghost mode where you could see your opponent's ghost walking through the worlds?
That would be something.
So you're in the final dungeon and you see your opponent running beside you.
Some kind of weird mod loader style where you can see other people.
Like a multi-world, yeah. If there's any modders, please get on that. I'd love to do that.
The clean silver rupee pick up there for kr3z. And then get stuck on the wall for a minute there. Ignoring the chat 15 seconds.
Boop.
Oop. Then that's time lost for Majarkin. Got crushed by the Crusher.
Good old safety lens there from kr3z. Just realised that Majarkin has only one Deku Nut remaining for the next fan room.
Oh, that might be a minor issue. 312-14 opening that door there for kr3z. It's the exact same routing anyway for this room. And just trim kr3z a bit.
And we only need one more key. So we might not even need the back of Shadow here.
Yeah. That was a 312-39 door there for Majarkin. Did lose some time to various things, getting crushed being one of them.
Ooh.
Having to put on the boots in the tunnel here. Can Majarkin get this room clean?
Can indeed. Used his final nut successfully.
Here's the key.
Oh.
We had the boss key earlier, right?
We did.
Yeah, the boss
that
key was in
That's all of them.
So they're about 5-ish. They're within like 10 seconds of each other right now, heading to the boat. Just looking at what times they came out of the wind hint room at.
Apparently, Red, yeah, we can have a...
Oh, Majarkin.
Oh, no.
This has just been the story of the race for him. It's just execution flubs.
And oh no, now he's got a beepity beep going on. That's extra bad news. Because a death to Bongo would absolutely kill any chance of things, I think.
Yeah, you can't die to Bongo here.
You really
Now,
can't.
they do both have long shot and scarecrow, so you could do that, and then that would get you like 3 extra hearts.
It would, hopefully he
So-
remembers, because...
Which also, I want to say it's just the fastest way to get over anyway, so...
it might be. Thankfully he does not die to the Stalfos. Rose doesn't even bother fighting them, just waits on the back.
Majarkin also very short on arrows as well.
There's a full refill right in front of the boss door.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Rose taking 2 arrows to shoot the statue.
Eat the fish.
Yeah, he's gonna grab the extra hearts with Scarecrow here.
Through 1542, 31606 difference in when opening that final small key door. So about 24 seconds apart. We'll see how Bongo goes for them both. Very nice one cycle.
Yeah, easy for Krez. Bongo didn't troll with a fist or anything either, so it's gonna be tough for Majarkin to gain any time.
It is. I will say that this is one of the closest races I've called in a while. And there's the one cycle from Jarkin too.
Yeah, so tower climb, Ganondorf, Ganon. There's still room for error, but this is Krez's to lose here.
Krez picking up that heart piece off Bongo and entering the blue warp at 317 flat. And 317.23. Okay.
Majarkin actually going to gain a tiny bit more because he's on Retro versus VC on the save quit. Just a little bit back.
Just a tiny bit, yeah.
Yeah, he's down to 14 seconds now.
Yeah. 46 versus a minute, 317.46 versus 318 flat on that heart piece pickup off Lex. That is an impressive amount of that is a 9-second time save against Liz. Okay.
Clean it. Stage 1 of the gauntlet for Krez. Pretty good first stage from Majarkin too. What's in that big chest? I want to know.
I don't think.
Yeah, Krez, open it. No, open it. We need to know.
Yeah, no. Opening that chest might actually, if one of them opens it, it might actually make a difference here. It's that close.
Majarkin with slightly better room there.
Now this is
And
where
for
it
the
can all go
Knuckles.
wrong. Ooh.
Beautiful
Clean.
Knuckles fight. $320.01 through the door after the Knuckles.
Close but good. Very good.
And 3:20:14. So about 13 seconds apart there after the knuckle fight.
It's at this point in these really close races, I'm glad we don't have a voice connection to either of the runners for the one that sees that their opponent has just sniped them and the loud exclamation of swears that will come.
Yeah, because this is going to be stupid close at the end.
Mm.
Like, technically, Krez has a very slight lead, but we'll see how Ganondorf goes. Two,
Three,
3, 4,
four,
5.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Yeah. BGS making this fight pretty straightforward here. Oh, Majarkin
Oh,
behind
no.
him.
Stabbing on the butt instead.
Okay,
Beautiful.
that was a close one, but does get that one cycle. Valtia's gonna lose it there for a second.
The BGS is the butt grabbing sword, is it not?
Alright, cannon time for Krez. Majarkin
3 seconds is a tie, right?
No, I don't think so.
3 seconds
Or
is
is that-
we're heading to a retime.
Or is there just no ties in this? It's just straight victory, regardless.
We'd have to either get a victory or go do a rematch. I mean, it's a bracket, so we kind of can't declare a tie. That doesn't work.
Oh, kr3z took a little time there. All right.
Yeah. Like the tie from groups was within like 1 second. I think it was like 2 seconds on race time. But that was groups where you can in fact declare a tie and still be able to continue with the stage. A tie here, we can't have both people move on to round 2, unfortunately. There we are. Okay, and that is Ganon down for Krez. Looks like he will pull out the win just about. Very, very tight race though. Jeez.
Yeah. GG's.
GG's to Krez here. Going to finish up and move on to the next round with an official race time. The GG time of 3:23:31. As Majarkin takes a hit. Ouch. I'm kind of glad this wasn't quite, so close that hit would have made a difference, because that would have been a bit heartbreaking.
Yeah, or maybe that was him noticing the dot on while he's rolling through and like, well.
That's also possible. Because he's about to be done right about now here.
Yeah.
Then he has the latest in the racer. And GG's 3:24:15, difference of 44 seconds. At the end of the race.
What a race indeed.
Camera being adjusted to see the duck just chilling there on the chair.
And the dog is not amused by the results of this race.
But more importantly, are we going to have Doggo Cam in the interview screen?
It's a question for Death.
What was the name of the white doggo?
We have Freya the donut dog, and then Apollo is somewhere. Apollo off, also being unamused.
Oh, no, we get no more doggo cam.
Yeah, there goes the stream.
Yeah, we have a look at the bracket here. kr3z will be moving on to face Cloud Ike in the second round here.
Well, come on in, Majarkin.
GG's.
Come on in, Majarkin.
GG's.
GG's.
A little mad at myself because I had a couple execute water. I don't even want to talk about water, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then my fall into Dongos where the bomb exploded. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, kr3z, GG's.
GG's,
Hey,
Chris.
kr3z, GG's.
GG. GG.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was certainly an exciting one down to,
I've muted the Discord stream. Someone's echoing. One mute your stream, please.
So yeah, insanely close at the end there.
Yeah,
No
apparently.
kidding. You guys were neck and neck going to Ganon. I think it was like 13 seconds there in GT. It was stupid close between you guys throughout that end game.
Yeah, and I inventoried wrong, and that might have been the difference too. I did some angry shield spams when kr3z finished. Because I'm like, I had to re-inventory because I put my hammer away or just never equipped it or something.
We noticed too that you took a hit from Ganon there as well. Oh man, but yeah, that was quite a race. Shout outs to that boomerang being where it was.
Yeah, well, something was long shot locked for fire,
Yep.
and so it had to lead to. I knew it was hovers right away. There's a key on Vivagia. You had everything else. That's what it had to be. It could be a lot of things leading to it, but I knew that, and I also knew where I was going to get Nocturne. So I'm just like, where's the rest of my items? And yeah.
Yeah, even when you get that Bolero is path to Morpha for that hook shot, it's like, okay, well, that hook shot has to lock hovers then. And then you get the other hook shot in GTG. It's like, okay, so my hovers are path to Velvagia. Or, my long shot locks hovers, which are path to Velvagia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the water path could have also been the bomb bag that also locked that hook shot, locked that iron boots. Well, I mean, Bolero and the bomb bag kind of locked most of the seed, but
So I never got
there's
a
also
path to
that.
Bongo. Did Majarkin see that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we saw that one. That was domain, and it was in the Goron City maze. You peeked those chests, saw it was loaded, nothing, and left.
It was, Zora's domain. So either iron boots or Goron tunic, which it's irons for feeding water.
Yeah.
It's irons. There was nothing in fire to lock for Goron tunic to be passed for.
Yeah, we thought that might make a difference in the early game when kr3z, you just peeked those chests, didn't get the hint. Majarkin just went right back to get that hint, and learned very early on domain path. Didn't really matter other differences. Majarkin did all of Dodongo's. kr3z skipped it.
Oh
yeah, I was a bit concerned about that.
Yeah, there was nothing in there besides a bomb bag on King Dodongo, which was sort of funny.
So I fell. Well, I did something quickly and pulled the bomb out too quick, my second bomb, and I jumped down, and then I only had one shoe left, and I didn't get it, and so I had to run all the way back up, and that was at least a minute right there.
Yeah.
But if you watch the VOD, I probably wasted 4 minutes water temple because I'm like, I know how to do these tricks. I've done them in races. Why aren't they working? And it was just
You both had a hard time in water. Krez, you did Darkling and then went to do Morpho without getting Perfect Chest and had to come back in for it.
Yeah. I thought the key logic was there had to be an item on Morpha, but I was wrong.
No,
When there
it
was a
was a
key on Morpha.
50-50.
Yeah, the key logic was that the dragon chest had to be a key, but that was as far as we knew. Then River
Yep.
or Morpho was the last item.
Yeah, I was assuming one of the two, either Dark Link or the River, was a key, and then the last item was Morpha, and then had to go back.
Yeah, I fortunately routed it in where I didn't, but there were so many bait chests in the sea.
Oh my goodness, that Spirit Temple was something.
Well, I knew it had to be the long shot, so there's only 3 checks that it could have been in Spirit, and then I knew
No, the entire place
All of
was long
Spirit
shot
was
locked.
Oh
yeah.
wait, it
You
is long
needed
shot. Yeah.
long shot to get out there because both
Yep.
Crossing and Requiem were long shot locked.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
Yeah.
cleared it all anyways, but I knew it was Firewalk, so I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna find magic in here, so I'm like, is hovers in here? Because that's what we were looking for, basically. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Krez had the magic a lot sooner than you, and we were kind of, waiting like, when does Majarkin go back to the lake? Like, and then you get gold scale. We're like, okay, that pushes him back. All right, okay, good.
yeah, I never picked up the
Yeah.
original scale, but I'm like, oh, it could be there, and I skipped it. And then
Exactly. Yeah.
I was gonna do that anyways, the lake/field cleanup for magic, because I knew it had to be somewhere before doing forest. I don't know.
Yeah, so the other thing too is Krez did add a lake much sooner. On the other hand, Krez also did the well a lot later.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
guys were both in the water temple at more or less about the same time, and you went Spirit after Majarkin. Krez, we got a little confused there. You just finished water, long shot was path, you got nothing in water, and you went to the well?
Well, I was missing a lot more than just hovers because I was assuming that long shot was pointing to hovers, but I was still missing like hammer and dins, and I thought, it's probably in the well. Why wouldn't it be? There's got to
You're
be
also confused
something
why you
down there.
didn't do Child Spirit on that same child trip because you had to make another trip child for that too.
That was my original plan, was to do the well and then go Child Spirit, but then I got hammer and
Got
dins in the
distracted with
well, and
the.
like I'm gonna go do fire.
Fair. Because that also cost you a bit of time there, just having to come back child another time for that.
And then the
Yeah, did a lot of age changes with no prelude.
the bows. Krez,
Oh,
you
God.
went. Well, Krez went
Oh,
and got the
yeah.
one in the lake because of seeing that first. Majarkin does out of logic flame storage, which has the third one.
That
And
was
then
my
you
first
both just
flow.
and then you both
Yeah.
just go into the well. It's like, oh, okay.
Right.
Well, I was
Jurgen,
gonna
did you ever
plant the
find?
bean, or I did, but go ahead.
I was gonna ask if you ever found string 3 because I was
Oh,
really
yeah.
worried that there was a
Yeah,
string
yeah.
3 somewhere, and I
okay,
had to use the
I was
30.
very upset. I was
Yeah,
very
so
upset.
you know that big chest you saw in Valley?
Oh, the hammer locked one that I never
It's-
went back for. Yeah,
it's
I
the other
remember that.
Yeah.
strength.
That
I
was
was
right,
so upset because I farmed 30 skulls, and I'm
Well,
like,
you both
yeah.
did 30, so
You
it
both did.
was even on that front, but
But
we
I
had a
was
good
debating
laugh.
the whole time. Like, I did ice before GTG. Just I'm like, oh, I'll get skulls, and I know it's probably Song of Time out there, just given the logic, just where things were. Like, it couldn't have been Staria's or something, or you get this big chain of songs. Like, I checked and got Requiem there. I'm like, well, Nocturne can't be any of this related because otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense right now. So, um, I probably shouldn't have done ice, even though it probably would have made me go back because water and stuff. But like,
You
I did
both
slow
did
skulls.
you both did ice, and we think it was okay because, well, one, it could have been Nocturne. We didn't know. Because like Toilet could have had the hovers or something too, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe there's a world where it's like beat water,
Nah,
get
toilet's not long shot locked.
no, but if
It's
Song of
Iron's
Time
Temple
had been
Path.
on Temple of Time,
Yeah, but the only thing that could have been Vivagia Path was hovers with a key on Vivagia. So we knew that whatever GTG had to be hovers, right? I guess.
Yeah, but I'm saying toilet could have been hovers.
Oh well, yeah.
And it could have been
that's
like the
true,
flip
yeah.
of the songs. Like we didn't know. So I think you both going ice and getting the skulls in the song is like fine.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you might have needed the song in time for water. Like it was reasonable.
I just figured I could finish my skulls and get my strength before going out there, and guess what? That's what you needed to do. So
Yeah. I mean, you guys both also did Wasteland before going to Forest Temple. That was a laugh. Nice fire arrows there. Like, okay, what's even left for long shot locks? Spirit, Forest, Darunia, Wasteland. Nice fire arrows game. Fantastic. That was a
I
funny
just
one.
wanted to remove a whole chunk of the seed that I didn't even have to think about anymore. So it's just like one less thing, and it was an item, and I'm so excited. So many items: the spirit, then the wasteland, and oh my gosh, the baits were hard on this one. Hopes up and dash.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that adult spirit was something else. No,
But
there was just little differences here and there. Like you were slightly ahead to that boomerang with Majarkin, but Chris had already having gotten magic earlier, and eventually gotten the Dins out of the well, went and did the first couple checks of Shadow before going off to like Forest and Spirit, and because it could have been Vanilla Hovers with where the Nocturne was.
I realized
And
that I warped
uh,
there and got Minuet. And I'm like, wait, I should have dipped in shadow. Oh well, too late.
yeah, and that's even though you're slightly ahead getting your rang, Krez did pull slightly ahead into Shadow and by way of those first couple checks, and it was just how close can they get here? Like we were just timing the difference between you guys for like the whole of all of like the last 10-15 minutes at least.
yeah, I think for pretty much from early Shadow till the end, Krez maintained about a 10 to 20-second lead. But it was fun to watch. Very exciting. We're sad to see you go, Majarkin.
Shout out to that Shadow Temple actually being able to skip the end in go mode.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
nice.
funny. Don't tend to see that too often.
Yeah,
No,
I think my
serious.
decisions were good in this race, and my early routing felt pretty good doing that. But I just had a couple major execution errors, and it could probably cost me 5-6 minutes in just DC water those two spots.
I mean, yeah, that's one of those things with races this close is anything could have gone differently over the course of 3 hours and 20 minutes. So many little things will add up.
Yeah. So, congrats to Krez. You're going on to face Cloud Ike. Any thoughts on that matchup?
Not especially. Cloudike is French, right?
He is, yes.
That's always challenging. French players are good, in my experience.
Yep. No, Cloudike is also an experienced runner, been around in a few previous tournaments. I think we've seen him in the CC before. So it should be a good matchup for that. And good luck on that. I think that's about it here for us.
Does
Yeah.
that mean I should come in here and take over then?
Let's
so,
do our
yeah.
final
All right.
shout outs and thanks. And
It's all that, but of course, obviously, I'm just gonna quickly run through this so I can just get y'all out of here. I'm sure Krez and Majarkin would definitely love to get away from their screens for a little bit after that one. Shout outs to Krez and Majarkin. Guys, that was a nuts race. I cannot state that enough. Like, but yeah, no, that was wonderful. We hope to see more of it. Obviously, Majarkin, we hope to catch you in other races, and Krez, obviously, you'll be going on for, as we just said, facing Cloud Ike, so we'll hope to see that soon. As for our trackers, Veva and Baseball, covering everything on the back end to make sure that we know what we're talking about, or at least faking it. And of course, speaking of faking it, I'm kidding. Don't hurt me. We've got Star, Engel, and Velvet covering all of what's happening here, talking to you guys, to chat and everybody, and making sure that we can just see what's happening here. And it's so much better to watch this. Of course, baseball doing the race monitoring and dog monitoring, because that's the most important thing. Shoutouts to our special guests, of course, Apollo and Freya on the Donut Dog Cam. Thank you, Majarkin, for allowing us to do that. That made a lot of people very happy. For right now, we're going to go and raid, I think, Fant_TV, friend of TSG, does a lot of Zooter stuff. I believe they're doing some Zooter right now, or just starting. So we're going to go over and say hello over there. So if you have any silver gauntlets, go ahead and drop them in her chat when we show up. And until next time, we do have a race tomorrow. Someone do an !N for me.
We've got a multi-world race coming up next.
That's the one.
Stream is what we're doing.
Yeah, again, nuts race. Also, kr3z, don't worry about reporting it since I'm here. I'll just put it on the back end. But yeah, nuts race. GG's again to both of you, and we'll see you all